one of those people I've been talking to a lot is the person who's going to be joining us today. The person who's going to be joining us today, who is a very cool retro streamer, streaming some awesome stuff, and they're a partnered Twitch streamer as well. So I'm excited to have them on. Herman Lee, you guessed it. No, Quadtube. Delts, very good guess. Very good guess, Delts. But no, it's not. It's not Duke Donuts. I think ABC Mini User has done a really good guess there, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce doctorcdcs right now. I hope you all have fun listening to me and Doc have a chat. We're gonna talk about some interesting stuff, I'm sure. So I'm gonna bring him online right now, and we'll begin our discussion. Hello, Doc. Good to see you.
Hey,
what game did you just play today on your stream?
Today.
Well,
it was interesting.
your last stream, I guess, right?
Yeah, which was only a couple of hours ago. How's it going, everybody? But yeah, I did my first. I joked about I hit the big time in Twitch streaming. I had, it wasn't a sponsored stream, but I was provided a game key by a developer. Got an email from a developer who provided me with a Steam key for their game, their upcoming release.
That's pretty exciting.
It was because, you know, you play games, but there's this watershed moment when someone approaches you and is like, hey, would you like to play this game, hopefully on your stream, and and show it to others. And it was a heck of a moment. It was quite something to be asked that.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah, for sure.
Because it was the first time. Yeah, it was the first time I was ever asked. So yeah, I made a point of it to do it that same week.
Mm-hmm.
So I did. What genre? Good question. It's called Awakened Evil. It's a platformer. It's basically a homage, or it's very close to a classic Castlevania game. It's a traditional platformer. Plays like a Castlevania game. It even has music reminiscent of Castlevania. But it was it's coming out in 9 days, and so I thought it'd be cool to show it. And not only that, I decided I would because Friday I wanted to play something else. I've been playing XCOM Apocalypse a lot, so I wanted to break. I decided, hey, let's try the arcade stick that I purchased that I never used. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna play with an arcade stick. So I did, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And
so you
played more games.
Metal Slug. Which version of Metal Slug did you end up playing?
It was the first game, but it was emulated. It was emulated through. It was Steam. Steam. I think maybe even GOG has it.
Yeah.
And it's all through .emu. It's their emulated version of Metal Slug, but it does work. It even has Steam support for like multiplayer. So if you have a Steam friend, you can actually multiplayer.
So if I had this on Steam, I could play it with you if I lived a bit closer.
You could.
Yeah.
You could.
Interesting.
So yeah, it was it was fun. And then I played a game called Spike Out from Sega, a brawler.
Was that also on Steam?
No. That was an arcade only game. That specific version was only available in Japan.
Right.
It's called Spike Out Final Edition. It was a brawler. It's a 3D brawler. It was on the Model 3 hardware. It's a very good game, very technical. I only played it because Macaw played it. It's very good. It was very hard. Which stick? ABC. It's so.
What was the name? I'll type it in. I'll type it into the search, and we can have it on screen.
I'm going to butcher this name.
That's okay.
It's because it's a Chinese company. It starts with a Q, but I believe it's pronounced Shi or Chai. Shi.
Okay.
Shibe. It's like Q-U. Oh, jeez. Q-A-N-B-A. Q-A-N-B-A.
All right.
That's the name of the company. But you pronounce it Shibe.
I had no idea you would pronounce it that way.
I don't know
like
how you're supposed to pronounce it.
Is this the type of
called
stick? Can you
the
see?
Carbon.
Oh, it's called the Carbon. Okay.
Yeah. Toa Plan. You could say much about the Model 3. how I know
only
about
seeing
it.
the
'Cause you mentioned it.
obsidian. I guess the carbon isn't. Oh, there it is. There's the carbon right there.
The carbon, I think,
Found it.
may have just gotten out of stock. I don't know if they're restocking, but it's
Mhm.
originally for the PS3 and PC.
Right.
But it's also for Android phones. Oddly enough.
Nice.
Or Android OSs. But yeah,
Mhm.
it works really well. I've barely touched it. So I figured this would be a great opportunity to play it with some arcade games. And you know what? I really enjoyed it. I feel like I should play some more arcade games,
Yeah.
but that's a whole other universe I know nothing about.
I would
I don't know
love
how.
to try out a arcade stick. I think I don't have any. I built one ages ago.
I know you have the pinball machine behind you.
Mhm.
But yeah, I know nothing about arcade games really.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a whole different universe of gaming. Yeah, I thought it was great. I just wanted to get some money, get some use out of that money I spent on that arcade stick. It was literally, I had to spend maybe 2 minutes collecting
Yeah.
the dust off it. It was good.
So it was sitting on your shelf for a while before you actually used it. You never even plugged it in when it arrived.
Oh no, I did plug it in.
Uh-huh.
I tried it, but then it was like, have you ever gotten a piece of hardware or anything and you try it, then you realize this is a bit over your head and you'll try it tomorrow or the next day and it just never came?
Yeah, I kind of did that with the camera that I'm using.
Yeah.
It
was
took
kind
a
of
while
like
before I actually was like game enough to actually set it up and figure it out. I just want to say a quick greeting to everybody who's rolling in. Good to see everybody. Toplan, Buffy Summers, and everyone else. Onion999. I can't say everybody's names, but Commonly Rare, Garlu, Barker Gamer, welcome in everyone. Hope you're all doing wonderful today. I've just got doctorcdcs here with me. We're having a chat about different things. We're going to talk a little bit about some different things. Some gaming, some retro gaming, obviously some retro gaming hardware, and what else we would talk about. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe some YouTube, which is relevant to what I've been thinking about a lot lately. Speaking of YouTube, Doc, we were talking before we started. We were talking a little bit about like YouTube content uploads, clips, and things like that. What's your plan for YouTube this year? Have you made some goals for this year in terms of YouTube content, or is it just the same old that you're gonna keep on publishing and VODs and things like that?
So the YouTube channel for my stream has always been VOD storage. It has just always been an alternative source for people that wanted to watch things. And really, it's been nothing. It's up until I guess end of 2022. It's kind of just been like that. But in 2023, I've kind of made more of an effort to make more of my uploads available on YouTube. I'm migrating way more of my VODs to YouTube. So the thing is, the biggest problem is that I don't have short form content. For the most part, I don't have anything that's like 20 minutes long. It's usually 7 hours or 5 hours long. And so there are certain things that I used to do back in the past. I used to do something called the 10-minute challenge, which was where I play a game in 10-minute increments and try to get as far as I can. That stuff I have not made public yet, so I'd like to do that. I'd like to start uploading those to YouTube.
I remember the 10-minute challenge Super Mario World. It was always fun.
Yes, that was a lot of fun. It was great. And the best part is the videos are only 50 minutes long, so I guess they're in the more digestible form for YouTube content.
That's true, actually.
So I guess I should make them public. I mean, the only thing is that because they've been stuck on my YouTube channel as private for almost 2 years, once I make them public, they're just going to say 2 years old. So I don't know if that matters or not. I honestly don't know. So I'm going to do that.
Re-upload them, right?
I guess. I mean, it wouldn't take too long to re-upload from Twitch or migrate once again from Twitch to YouTube because they're really short. But at the same time, like Super Mario is like 73 videos, give or take.
It's a lot.
I don't know if I don't know if I really want to do that again. I might just upload it. And I also have Super Mario Brothers 2, which I did.
I don't know if I saw. Did I see you play that, or was that before my time?
No, it was after. If you saw Super Mario 1, then you definitely saw 2 because
Super Mario World, right?
Super Mario World 2, yeah, Yoshi's
Yeah.
Island.
Oh,
Tiger,
I saw Yoshi's Island. Yeah,
yeah,
I did not like
ZGX.
it.
He was did not like it. I thought it was neat. Tiger ZGX,
Yeah.
who pops in your channel as well.
Yeah.
He mentioned how he thought that the final boss fight was probably the best one out of the entire Super Mario series, and I have to agree, it was a fun one. It was very fun.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a surprise at the end, and I liked it. But yeah, I'd like to do that. It's as with regards to like original content. I've been watching your videos, and it has inspired me to be like, oh man, maybe I should do something. I guess mainly because you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak.
Yeah.
With Twitch streaming, if you're watching Twitch, it's great. Everything's great. Nothing's wrong. But
yeah, no.
you know, but no, you know, I guess it'd be nice to try. If now that we do have the ability to do so, we can make specific cater content for that. What would I do? I don't know, honestly.
Yeah,
I haven't even really thought about that, but yeah, I'd like to make more of a foothold or a footprint with my YouTube content. Maybe the 10-minute challenge uploads can be a gateway.
I think that's a really good idea. I love the idea that you have like all of those, 10-15 minute videos that you can upload, and it's an immediate like, oh, if somebody likes this content, like they might check out your other stuff, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
that's the thing I've been thinking about YouTube, is like the audience is going to be, there's definitely a crossover. Like people will find, I know I've been in your chat when somebody says like, oh, watched your playthrough of blah on YouTube, I thought I'd come and check out your channel. I've seen that a few times, but I mean, I think the Venn diagram's actually not as overlapped as it seems like sometimes. Like I feel like the YouTube audience is a lot of different people there who aren't coming to Twitch, right?
Yeah,
that's my impetus for trying to make some videos and stuff and try and reach out to different people, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened. I've definitely had people come in once or twice and say, oh, I've come over from your YouTube channel and I wanted to check it out. But if there are people crossing over, the vast majority of them aren't saying anything, which is fine. I kind of do wish that there was... I mean, Twitch does provide metrics for where your outside views are coming from, but that's during a live stream. It's not like, oh, this person clicked a YouTube link and took him to Twitch.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. That I don't think they have that.
Yeah. I've had people watch VODs on Twitch a fair bit. I had a few people comment on that. But I stopped publishing my YouTube. Like, I upload to YouTube almost every video I make on Twitch. I get every stream, but I don't make them public. I stopped doing that.
You thought of making a second channel for your VODs, right? You should do that. I think, yeah, if you make a separate channel and just call it like Fractamine Mike, like Fractamine Mike Twitch.
Yeah.
And you could just have exclusive VOD content.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
I mean, you'd have to maintain 2 channels. That's the only thing. Is the problem.
Suzanne Likes Cake just said, sorry, but I just had a Teams meeting feeling, and now I can't get that out of my head too. So yeah, that's actually funny. DJ Stephen T, thank you for the being awesome achievement. That's for both of us, Doc. We're both awesome.
Oh, I'm glad. I feel awesome after getting my butt kicked in arcade games. I have this glow about myself right now.
And arcade games, like, I love them, but they are freaking hard. Like, there's no denying it, right? Like, some people just get really good at them. They play them a lot, but I don't play them enough to get that good.
So I fell for the trap. I watched Macaw play Spike Out, and I was like, oh man, I really want to play this. But here's the thing. Macaw, as some of you may be aware, is on another level when it comes to arcade games, and that's through practice, many hours of practice, and just his whole repertoire when it comes to shooters and
he's very talented.
Arcade games in general. So I come in watching him for the first time playing this game, and I'm like, oh, hey, I could play that.
Yeah, that looks
doable.
So
I did. Yeah, it looks very doable. And then I did, and it just proceeded to kick my butt.
Yeah.
It's It's kind of like the reason why, like you watch Dino or Lord BBH, and you see them just breezing through games, and you just get this idea of, oh man, this looks so easy. I should just play that. I could play that anytime. I mean, what's the problem? I could see Streets of Rage being totally beatable
That's the problem.
in 1 credit. And then you play yourself and you're like getting someone's literally shoving their foot up your butt, and you go, why is this happening to me? It's a trap. It's all a trap.
And you fell for it too, right?
I did. It was fun. Hey there, Stealthy Golem. How you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you there, Stealthy, Asp, and Frito. I hope you're doing well. Oh, Marmot's here too. Good to see you, Marmot. Yeah, I think one of the things that I was thinking about for YouTube is I've talked about a lot on my channel. I don't know how much I've talked about it to you in detail, but like I want to shoot 12 videos this year. That's like my goal for this year, is shoot 12 actual like made for YouTube content, like scripted, edited, looks nice, all of those things. And it's daunting because like we're coming up. It's like 21st today in Australia. I guess it might be 21st for you right now too.
Yeah.
But like, that doesn't leave me much time to finish the first video. If I want to do one a month, I got no time left. So that's why I started shooting B-roll today. I want to try out. I would like to try out some arcade games. Like I've got like builds that are half complete in the garage that I need to roll out, and I could see myself making that a video. Like finishing my abandoned arcade projects or something like that, but it's a lot of work.
Oh, I can only imagine. I mean, the amount of work I have to put in for Twitch alone. Yeah, it's daunting. Even small tasks like making slight updates to like sound effect commands, for instance, they take hours sometimes for me.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how it is to take a video camera, put it on a tripod, and write a script. You have to talk in front of that, and basically plan out your entire thing. Then you have that's just the raw footage. You got to take that raw footage, and then you got to take 2 hours of it, trim it down to 30 minutes, give or take.
Yeah.
Take the good parts, redo the bad parts. Then you have to edit everything, put it all together, put some sound effects, and put a beginning and a closing.
Stop making me regret my decision. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
But like, when I think about like what I want to do, it's like I think about like, oh, I got this idea. This is a good idea for me to make a thing about. And like some stuff, like people have asked me like about things, and I'm like, oh, I could make a video about that. And so I write it down, and then I look at my ideas. And I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. But like, I don't know. I'm just gonna try it. Like I said before you came on, it's probably gonna be mediocre YouTube content to start with. There's no getting around it, right? I just have to accept that and try and do what I can do. Yeah.
Well, I mean, nobody comes out like an amazing job at the start. I mean, even look at LGR's first videos. There's a process and an evolution. Sure, the tech has improved, but you're still you. You're still trying to learn how it works. You're going to be nervous. Fact is that you just need to get 1 or 2 videos out, and it should be. Once you get into the rhythm of making videos, it should be manageable. I'm not going to say it's smooth sailing, because I don't even do that kind of content yet.
Yeah.
But I can imagine that once you get the ball rolling, you know at least what to do. How to take the things that take too long, trim them down, make them how to streamline your approach, and then pretty soon you'll just fall into it like you do a Twitch stream.
Yeah, I think the Twitch streaming thing, like if I look at the way I did that, I mean, I put in way too much effort at the start. I think like it was low effort in that like production value was low, but it was high effort in literal number of hours I spent streaming per week. Like it was kind of ridiculous. I was streaming every single day of the week, and two streams on Saturdays. But like I guess total hours is actually similar to what I do now. I just streamed for shorter periods back then, because it was what suited my availability back then, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
When I first started, I would stream for about 8 hours, 8 or 9 hours.
Wow.
Pretty much every day. But that was like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, my streams, literally, I would start my stream. I would do a very brief intro.
Yeah.
No camera. I would be in the menu screen, just talk a bit about the game, and then just start playing.
Yeah.
And now it's very different. But my streams don't usually last beyond 5 hours now, and I only stream every other day.
Mm-hmm.
Because as time has gone, I've realized, there's only so much you can really do before it's like, okay, you're not. I guess you could say diminishing returns.
Mm-hmm.
There's only so much you can do, but it's not necessarily translating into bigger growth.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to pare it down. And instead of 7 or 8 hours, make it 5, and make it instead of being exhausted at the end, I'm still have energy, and I'm still feeling.
Imagine not being exhausted.
Yeah. It's a but yeah, it's a good. I like where I'm at. I'd like to. I mean, if I do like YouTube stuff, I probably would have to start doing things on other days,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe say on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Do something. Stream in the afternoon on a Saturday, which I normally never do.
Mm-hmm.
A totally different game, like I don't know. Fortnite.
Yeah, stream Fortnite on Saturday.
That sounds great. Fortnite on Saturdays.
Would you
Fortnite Saturdays.
do that for YouTube content, or is that just like changing your timeline somehow? Like, why would you do that?
Just to change it up, mainly just to see how people would react. I honestly just want to see if there'd be new people like, did you always play Fortnite on Saturdays? Or they're like, this isn't Doom. Nice redemption, by the way, Imicat. Good to see you. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there are days. That's kind of why I wanted to do what I did on Friday.
Uh-huh.
Because I love DOS games.
Yeah.
I love DOS games. I love PC games. But video games are not just those. There's so many games out there that I've never experienced. That's why I wanted to try arcade games.
Yeah.
And God, it's so hard to set it up. It's so annoying to set this stuff up, but because I'm just not used to it. I don't know what MAME is. I don't even know what it stands for.
Yeah.
I don't understand why there are like emulator. 20 different iterations of MAME. But that's the tagline of my channel. Video games are wonderful. They're a wonderful medium for not only storytelling, but for just having fun and I guess taking your mind off the things that are happening in our world. They're just a great source and escape, and yeah, they're wonderful. So that's why I want to spread out. I want to see what else is there. Mm-hmm. Maybe I will play Fortnite. Maybe we can duo.
Maybe we could. Maybe Fortnite's like the one game that the latency between us like would be low enough that we'd actually enjoy it.
Maybe, because someone else would be handling the hosting.
Video games are great. Like, and this thing is like when it comes to like content creation, and I guess this is like something that you could maybe pose as a question, but like when it comes to creating content, like how restricted do you feel to like, you know, obviously we're streaming games, but like specifically you and I, most often we're streaming retro, right? Like how restricted do you feel to content creation in that like channel? Like, or do you feel like, you know, you might want to start a crafting channel on YouTube or something like that at some point? Like how broad do you, like, obviously you got other interests, I guess I'm asking lots of questions all at once, so just answer however you feel like it, or maybe just go on another tangent is also fine.
Oh, I mean, video games have always been the core of my existence when it comes to streaming. It's been such a part of my identity. As for like doing stuff that's non-gaming, I mean, the closest I'd ever, it's even gaming, so to speak. It's not like, tabletop gaming is still gaming. But that's like with cards and stuff and people, which I guess would be good.
People.
I know people. But I mean, when it comes, I mean, I don't know if like craft. I was kind of inspired by you doing your. I guess I guess it would be a non-gaming thing. I was kind of inspired by you and not only your cleanup videos but your tech videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been wondering maybe I should try and fix one of my old computers on stream.
That'll be a fun stream. Yeah.
But the thing is that like I also don't have like the proper stuff on this table, so to speak. I would have to be on top of this with this table with this with this camera. But yeah, I'd like to like try and fix up a computer, see what I can do. Like that would be as close as non-gaming, but it'd still be within the realm of computing for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, like if I want to do anything outside my comfort zone, it's games I've never experienced. That's why I'm playing a game like Golden Sun. Like I've never experienced like a DS game, Game Boy Advance games, arcade games, just things that you only hear about but never really play. Because they're just, it's kind of like opening your horizons and seeing like, whoa, this is what I've been missing out on. Like Metal Slug is a fantastic. It was such a fun game.
So fluidly animated, and the game design is like brutal, but also kind of fair, maybe.
It is. It's like, a very well designed game. And the thing is that I really wanted to spend time. So that was probably the longest I've ever played Metal Slug in my life, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I've actually never spent more than 5 minutes with it myself. So
yeah. And I was just seeing the animation of like characters, like little things in the background. It was a true. It's like a real amount of love went into that game.
Oh yeah.
They put a lot of work into that. And I feel like this is like in arcades for the most part, especially during that 90s era, is something I've never experienced. I never got the chance to play arcade games, really.
Yeah. I mean, arcade for me, I guess what I was thinking about with arcade is like, I when I think about arcade, I still think about like the things that were on the screen when I went into the pizza parlor when I was like 8 years old. That's kind of what comes to mind when I think about arcade games. It's like a cocktail cabinet with like 1942 on it. Or,
yeah, me too. Only difference is I wasn't allowed to play the games.
Yeah, I was rarely allowed to play them too, but it was good when we got the chance. But yeah, like that kind of game, even Joust and like Defender and things like that were pretty popular games that I saw around as well. But like, yeah, I would love to have, I'd love to have an arcade in my house. I've always had this this dream of having like the arcade set up. It's part of the reason why I got the pinball machine and the arcade projects that are in the garage. One of those games is Joust. One of them's Arkanoid. And the other major one that I have is Gauntlet. I want to get all those three set up, but I don't have any space for them, so I guess I just have to leave them in the garage. Hopefully I can get them working and I'll actually go out there and play them sometimes.
Are you planning on doing any streams with the pinball machine? Would you like to?
Yeah, I have done some stuff on Discord with the pinball, and I don't know if I would stream it, because the thing is, like, you do have to set up a bunch of cameras and stuff to make it like interesting, and it'll give all the information to the viewer of like what's going on in the game. So, like a friend of mine, Enter Your Initials on Twitch, he started streaming maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. I actually not sure how long ago he started. He's been on for a little while now though. Maybe it's more like 6 months. But he's got a setup. I haven't actually gone around to see it. He doesn't live far from me. He used to go and hang out. We used to actually hang out every Thursday night. We did some game dev stuff together and things like that too. But he's got a pretty amazing setup, and I think like I see what he's had to do to set that up for the stream. Like that's a lot of work for me. I'd have to take all of the cameras that I have here and go point them at that thing, and then bring it back over here for the regular stream. It's a lot of work for a one-off stream, so I probably won't actually do it on Twitch, but maybe a YouTube stream or something. I'll just point the camera at the table generally and just play it. But I don't know. We have a question here from Dad Shoshi. I'm not sure if I said that right, but for all of us that have nothing to do with the background, who are you, and what are the hoping? I can't read the rest of this question. I don't understand it. What hoping heck I do better at the last? I don't. But introductions for us, I think, is probably what they're asking for, and what our background is, maybe. So, I guess I'll introduce Doc briefly, and you can take over and tell us a bit more about yourself. But Doc is a streamer on Twitch and a content creator. Has been streaming for 4 years, and mostly plays retro games, but mostly. I wanted to say mostly retro PC games. That's not entirely true. You played a lot of variety, but I guess percentages wise, maybe it's mostly PC stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people a little bit about yourself beyond that?
You pretty much covered it. I mean, I've been streaming for about 4 years now, give or take. And yeah, I've been streaming mainly DOS and Windows, older Windows and DOS games. It's been real fun because I've not only been able to play games that basically streaming started as a way for me to play through my backlog.
Mm-hmm.
And on that front, I think it's been a huge success because now I can look at the shelf of games I have and say, okay, I've finished these. And I've finished about now I'm at 200 plus games, 220 games to finish on stream since I started. Yeah, it's been a heck of a ride. It's been really fun. And I think it's made me really appreciate DOS games on a whole nother level. I've always liked DOS games because it's kind of like the first real era of gaming that I grew up with. I mean, I did have an NES, but DOS gaming, like I made the effort to try and learn how to run a game in the DOS prompt.
Yeah. Which wasn't that easy back then.
Yeah, it wasn't, especially for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I the thing is, like, yeah, as time has gone on, I also have other games, not just PC games. And like I do have other games, and I would love to play them because they all have some fantastic stories behind them, some fantastic designs, some great moments, and I want to check them out. That's why I've started making more of an effort to try and play more games of that type. It's nice. It's nice.
I guess I'll answer the question too. So for me, I have been streaming for like around 2.5 years, I think, at this point. A bit more, maybe. But about that. I started in August, so 2 years plus whatever the time till August is from now, backwards. Math. I can't do math live on stream, but I've been streaming for a while, and my background is like heavily rooted in the PC gaming, especially DOS. That's what I grew up with. I love that stuff. My first computer was one of these things back here. It's a Amstrad CPC 464. I have some really like key like memories about that, like about spending time with my family. And for me, like gaming, even back then, like the single player games were still multiplayer because we'd spend time together playing them and things like that. So streaming gave me some of that feeling back, which is why I kept doing it, why I kept like enjoying myself with this sort of stuff. And yeah, I also have a broader collection than just the PC stuff, but it's hard to figure out. Like for me, I haven't played most of those console games, but I've got a bunch of them now that I've been meaning to play for years. So this year I'm planning to play some more console stuff. I did a tiny bit of it over the last couple of years. I'll probably try and introduce a bit more this year, like maybe try and do every other game on a Saturday or something, on a Sunday night, maybe something like that will be switching to a console title. But yeah, I don't know if I introduced myself very well. But
no, you did. I mean,
that's me.
I mean, I got it.
Yeah, good.
Stealthy Golem writes, I think it's nice to plan a YouTube edited video if you already have concerns about the setup or you're learning a lot.
Yeah. There's so much to do, and like YouTube content is like different, way different. Like I feel so much more comfortable starting up the stream these days than I did when I first started.
Yeah.
But it took me like over a year before I was like very comfortable with it. I think it was over a year before I was like, oh yeah, I don't feel so like Like, I don't have as much nerves as I did when I started.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes,
Oh,
that's a
Deveros
good point,
says he
though.
had a real cabin in the office. Oh, dang.
Sorry?
Lucky. Rossi, or sorry if I said that your name
Oh.
wrong. He said they had a real cabin in the office years ago.
Oh, that's awesome.
Had someone had one of those cabinets and brought it in to run MAME. Also had the original R-Type board and installed
Nice.
it. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's really
Gygar also said he played the 80s arcade games as a teenager in the 80s. So he lived the ultimate dream that's represented on shows like Stranger Things and stuff, right? Like going into the arcade and playing your favorite game. I was
During
a
the
bit
80s,
younger
I was
in the
5.
80s. Yeah.
During the 80s, I was 5. 85, I was 5.
Yeah.
I couldn't really appreciate it.
Yep. I was in 85. I was 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
so
like
neither
late
of us could
80s for me.
appreciate it.
But I grew up in the Outback, and like I firmly believe this. Like certainly back then, maybe now it's less so, but back then, like technology was behind. Like when everybody else around like the coast of Australia was like playing like Super Nintendo, most people in where I live are probably still playing NES, right? Like didn't really the technology, like especially in arcades. I think arcades were very behind because like shipping an arcade machine out to the middle of nowhere is like an expensive proposition. So
yes. And certain arcade machines more expensive than others. During the stream, Toa Plan was talking about how expensive Sega machines were, and I think he mentioned that, was it Afterburner? I think he said that's a good arcade game, but it costs maybe almost $10,000. And that wasn't including everything. But yeah, when you're in the middle of nowhere, regardless of the country, I don't think spending $10,000 plus on one arcade machine is a wise investment.
Yeah. But I dreamed of having arcade machines for a while. I built a little arcade main setup at one point. And I played with that for a while, but it wasn't quite where I wanted it to be, you know. So that's why I ended up going and getting actual arcade hardware. And it's sort of, I lament not finishing those projects, but it's sort of like looking at it now as an opportunity. Like I could finish those projects as part of an edited, produced video content for YouTube. So I guess that's like my ADD has actually helped me out there with not getting it done before, so I can actually go and finish it up now. You know. Yeah. Did you want to?
Sorry, Commonly Rare asked a question to me.
Oh.
I see you displaying that Unreal box you opened last week, front and center. Yeah, it's right there. Got it end of the year. I got that, and actually from the same seller on Amazon, I showed the new box I got, which was Terminator, Future Shock. So yeah, that's also on the shelf now. It's just behind that. It's next to Command HQ. It's next to the head crab.
Oh, I probably see it now. Yeah,
you can probably see Future kind of blurry there.
Yeah, I can see it now.
There.
So you got Future Shock. Now you said on your stream when you were showing it, you said that you saw me playing it and you thought you would get it. Is that true? You hadn't thought about getting it before you saw me play?
I saw it on Amazon and I was like, oh, I heard this game is crappy.
Okay.
There's no point. And it's like, it said it came in the box. I was like, okay, whatever. Still, I heard this game's not great. Maybe it's not worth it. And then I saw you play it and I was like, okay, maybe this game is actually worth playing. And did you use, like, was that the original game or did you have something like enhanced on it or something?
Okay, so what I did, I've got both games. Terminator Future Shock and Terminator Skynet. And Skynet runs on like a sorry, I'm just opening up an image, so there you go. Skynet runs on a enhanced version of the engine. So what I was playing on stream was actually running Future Shock through Skynet. It's got an option to do that if you have both games.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's neat.
So
that's really cool.
Gives you higher resolution and a longer view distance. There's a few other things. I got some mods off of like PC Gaming Wiki just to apply to it to make it like the best experience possible. And actually, I would say if you're going to do that, definitely get those mods from PC Gaming Wiki because it does make the game play a little better. the thing that I noticed with Skynet versus playing it through Skynet is it does change some of the gameplay mechanics a little bit, which I didn't really notice until later on. I was already like halfway through the game before I realized that it had changed things fairly significantly. But yeah. And then, anyway, so that's Terminator Future Shock. Terminator Future Shock's a pretty cool game. I played the demo of it back when I was, when it came out. I played the demo of it from a cover disc of a magazine. That's how I got to know it.
Yeah.
And I've always loved it since then. And I could tell, even back then, I looked at that game and I looked at Daggerfall, and I knew they must be the same technology. It's the same company, and they looked very similar. Like, I was like, why didn't they make the characters in Daggerfall 3D like they are in Future Shock? And I guess the answer to that is probably because it was not too expensive, maybe, or they had too many characters on screen. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess also the size of Daggerfall is like it's ginormous.
It is
I
mega,
assume, compared to Future Shock. But yeah, watching you play it, I was like, okay, I'm convinced. I think I should buy this game, and it was about $30 for the box.
Very good deal. I wish I could pick it up for $30.
Yeah, that's why. But I was hesitant on buying it because, again, Amazon. A lot of these sellers don't put pictures.
Yeah,
they're taking kind of a guess, and they say it comes in the box. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it comes in. I don't know. It comes in a cereal box. That's what they mean. So it could mean anything. A box can mean so many things.
Yeah.
So I took a chance, and luckily it came out as intended. So I'm very happy.
I'm just looking up prices on it on eBay right now. It's like I can get Terminator Future Shock and Skynet, just the discs, no manuals or reference cards, for 35 Australian plus 42 US shipping, 42 AU shipping. So it's still too expensive. Like, even that's expensive, right?
Yeah, so this was 30 Canadian plus about 30 Canadian shipping. So that was also why I didn't want to buy it, was because the shipping tends to be higher. It's kind of weird because normally
I'm not laughing at
shipping.
You.
No, it's fine. Shipping in Canada tends to be not great in general, but I was hesitant on buying anything because the shipping with this particular seller would tend to be a bit pricey. It's like, you know what, fine. If it's in the box, I'll take a chance. I've done it before. Actually, I don't think. Yeah, well, no, it's not there. There have been a couple of boxes that I've bought from Amazon on pure guesses. Master of Magic, A-Train, they all came fully boxed. I've also tried buying games like Full Throttle, and they came in CD. So
yeah,
it's always a coin flip.
They changed. I don't know if you saw that on the stream. I don't know if you saw the 2,000 Great British Pound, the GBP dollar Future Shock. It's like the same condition as mine. Actually, it's maybe worse because it looks like it's got a little dent in it. They want 2,000 pounds for this.
2,000
I can send you a
pounds,
link if you want.
No, I'll just load up your stream because.
Oh yeah. Hey, Mr. Steel Rose, welcome in, and Kalak Gunfutsu as well.
So yeah, that version has like a CD stamped on it, I think.
Yeah, this is CD-ROM edition. Is the one you got not the CD-ROM edition?
It is. It is. I mean, right here, but it doesn't have a sticker.
I'll grab mine. Hang on. Let's do some science.
By the way. So, take off my headphones.
I can't hear you, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it says right here it needs a CD-ROM drive.
The sticker is under the shrink wrap, I think. Yeah, it's under the shrink wrap.
They might have removed it out of this
copy.
copy.
Just a second.
Oh yeah. Forgot.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Yeah, they might have removed it from this version for whatever reason. This, yeah. See, mine's doesn't have any of that. It's just.
Let's do a comparison, side by side.
Oh, yours is sealed.
So mine also has like whatever this is on it too. That's also a sticker.
Yeah.
John Matrix, thank you for the 100 bits.
Big boxes with
behind it,
doctics,
the minimum
doctics,
system
and
specs, it does say you need a 2x CD-ROM drive.
FMM.
So it does need a and it says CD-ROM right here on the side.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, other than the stickers, it's the same. Mine also has the stamp on top, whereas yours does not have the stamp.
Yeah, mine doesn't have anything.
Yeah. I don't know. Thank you very much, John Matrix, 100 bits. You can buy an island for that game, Mike. Yeah, I know. Apparently, this is a like slightly better condition than the one that's on the screen there, from what I can tell. Looks like there's a dent right onto the thing here on that one, right?
It does.
Yeah. I just realized I don't have the right scene for you to be able to see what I'm talking about, everybody. But yeah, look. Whoops. Look at that.
2,000 British pounds, eh?
Like a little dent right here on theirs. Just underneath the T for teen.
Oh, so then yours is like 10,000.
Yeah, mine must be worth even more. Somebody did ask. I'm sorry, I forgot who it was, but somebody did ask, what do we think the most expensive thing in our collection was? I'm going to scroll up and see if we can find that message. It was Toplan. Curious, what is both of your most valuable, either sentimental value or whatever, or like dollar value to both of us? So I'll let you go first if you want, or I can go first if you still don't have. You need to think
sentimental or dollar value.
Yeah,
you can
like,
go first. You can go first. I just need a moment to think.
For me, like the most sentimental one, like I can put some sentimental value on it, and if I still had it, it would be MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries, but I don't have the box for that anymore. I only have the manual and the disc. But the actual boxed game that I put the most sentimental value in is probably I guess it'd have to be Battledrome, because that's like the first game that my mom bought for me when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure first boxed PC game that I got, and I love that thing. I even like made fan art of it in MS Paint and stuff like that. Like I was, oh, actually in Deluxe Animator I made some fan art for it. So that was probably my most sentimental box. It's not worth very much, I don't think, monetary value. But monetary value is harder to pin down because it depends on the person buying the game, right? Like for someone, like my copy of Ultima 3 is like the most valuable game in my collection, and for someone else, the most valuable game is like Zeliard or Doom, right? Like it's different. So I don't know. It's harder to pin down the financial one.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat with you when it comes to PC games or in games in general, and the sentimental value, because a lot of it, I kind of associate a lot of my like history, my life with video games in some weird way. Like I can't remember what I did last week, but I can remember, for a lot of the games I've got in my collection that it was attached to some point in my life. So like the first ever video game we ever got was, first ever PC game, I should say, that we got was Mike Dicka's Ultimate Football. My brother made the decisions. My brother made the decisions back when we made PC gaming. Right. And I was like only 5 or 6. I really had no idea what I was doing. But my brother likes sports games. So it was a American football game called, and there was a coach named Mike Ditka. He used to coach the Chicago Bears. So as you know, if you're a little popular, you get a game named after you. So Accolade I guess they got the rights to his name, so they made a football game, an American football game. And so it's called Mike Ditka's Ultimate Football. And there it is. And I was really like, the striking bit of that game was the cover art, because Accolade used to hand paint, or used to do paintings, I guess, of their covers. So it was like one guy like running through the field as another person was trying to grab onto him, and he couldn't hold on to him. But it was cool it was a striking cover. The game was okay. It was okay, but the cover of the game was great. So that's our first ever PC DOS game that we ever bought. I still have it. That holds probably a big sentimental memory for me.
I can understand that. Yeah. So you've got this?
I do.
Yeah.
Not here. But like Star Trek 25th Anniversary, that was a game that my uncle, he used to live in Africa, and he came and visited one time. And while taking us to the mall, he said, "Let me buy you a video game," and he bought that for us. So I associate that because like he was like a great man to me. So like for him to buy us a video game was really awesome.
Yeah.
So I still have that game. And then when my aunt came, her husband, his wife, I mean, when my aunt came, I bought XCOM. So,
oh man,
yeah, so I got XCOM when she visited. So I associated all these. Yeah, so those are the most sentimental games. So
that makes sense. That makes sense. I have to ask, the Mike Ditka Ultimate Football box that you have, it is the one that you had when you were a kid, or do you have to rebuy it?
No, still have it.
The same one.
Still have it. Yeah. Next time.
That's touching, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go get it? I'll go get it.
If you want to go get it, I can hold the fort for a bit and talk to some people in the chat and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go get the box. I'll
no
actually get a few boxes. I'll get a few boxes if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
No worries. You're off camera, so yeah, all good.
Okay.
Well, I hope everybody's enjoying the chat that I'm having with doctorcdcs. I'm not sure how long this is going to go for. It's very late for Doc, so he may need to go rest, and I'm very happy for that to happen. But I'm having a great time having a chat. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you. I can't greet everybody like I normally try to while I'm live, but it's good to see you there, everyone. Afro Venice, Mr. Steel Rose, Baines, John Matrix. I don't know if I've said everybody's names, but yeah, Ritzagen, good to see ya. Evil Commie Dictator, welcome. Did you get any Bunnings Kruger effect when... Wait, Bunnings Kruger? when building your new table? I think what I did... I think the work that I did was okay, but I'm well aware that I could have done some stuff better. But I think ultimately it came out very well, so maybe there is a little bit of Bunnings Kruger effect, I don't know. Signal, g'day, good to see you. And Dankotron, hey. I'm glad you're enjoying this chat. But yeah, I went to Bunnings, I built this table. I was actually going to mention to Doc about, like, he said he wanted to do a PC building thing. He said he wouldn't mind doing a PC building, like, repair stream. If he can go to his hardware store and get a wooden panel like that and just put it on top of his, like, desk or something, maybe that would be good enough. I was going to suggest. Yeah, go ahead and ask your question, Datshoshi. That's cool. Mrs. Steel Rose said, you two seem really big into the big box collecting. Is there a way to remove stickers from boxes without ruining the box? There's a lot of good advice out there, but it's always a caveat next to that good advice, because it depends on the box what the right option is to remove a sticker. And also, most of the time you don't really want to remove the sticker. Most of the time you don't. But, for me, if I wanted to remove a sticker, I would be aiming to, like, first thing I'm going to do is look at the box and see if it's, like, mostly, like, a black box, like, or a darker color, like, if the colors are, like, much deeper and richer, they're harder to remove things from without, like, scuffing the print and causing damage to that. The lighter it is, there tends to be, like, less ink to remove, right? Because it's lighter and it's printed on white. So there's less ink to remove, so you won't notice the difference if you do, like, happen to, like, you know, smudge a little bit. You might not notice it as easily. But the goal is obviously not to smudge. So, like, some people say take a hot air gun or a, you know, a blow dryer or something like that to it. Doc, just give me a thumbs up when you're ready to chat. Alright. Just give me a thumbs up if you're ready to chat, Doc, and I'll, yeah, okay, cool. We just got another question in, so it was basically, how do you remove stickers from a big box? So if you wanted to have some feedback on that whilst you're showing your box, show off your boxes, and then we can, no, your PC big boxes, Doc, not your boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes. So yeah, here it is.
That looks awesome. It's so nice condition too.
Yeah.
That lasted so well.
It did. It was a good box. I mean, you can see its age. It's got a bit of yellow with the sticker.
Yeah.
At the time. But yeah, won an award. Best sports game of 1991.
Best sports program of 1991.
Sports program, yeah. Thing is, I don't know if that's true or not. So, do you know the story of Star Control?
I mean,
you've heard of Star Control, right?
I know of the game. I haven't played it though.
Okay, so actually, I do have the box.
I'm out of tea.
Yeah, it's this one. So I saw this only in I think it was a GDC talk that they did, that the creators of this game. So, you see that? That's Star Control. You see that right there?
I see the sticker, yeah.
Best science fiction computer game of the year from Video Game and Computer Entertainment. That is a total lie.
Really?
They never got that, but somebody put it on the box, and they spoke about it, saying that they don't know whose idea it was, but someone at Accolade decided to put that on the box, and it was totally untrue.
I know. That's funny because I actually know. I won't name the developer, but I mean, it's probably not the only developer that does this. But there's an Australian developer who published like Aussie Rules and cricket games. And they published GOTY Game of the Year edition versions of their games frequently when they hadn't won any Game of the Year awards.
Yeah, but they do that now.
So yeah, I don't think anything's really changed.
No, I don't think anything's changed. I think they use that to. They'll say that's their Game of the Year when it's their complete edition, but they want to say Game of the Year edition, and then there'll be comments about like, "What did you win?
When did you win Game of the Year, and who from?"
Yeah,
we gave it to ourselves.
So yeah, this is the first computer game we ever got.
Yeah,
was Mike Dick's Ultimate Football. Great game. This is the game that my uncle bought us. I still have it. It's got a big tear crease on the side here. But yeah, this is Star Trek 25th Anniversary. It's the floppy disk edition. It was necessary to have this box because it had crazy copy protection with the manual. I'll just quickly go through these.
Yeah.
The one that I think made the biggest impact was Civ. This one, again, my brother bought. This holds a special place in my heart because it really opened my eyes to anything that wasn't a sports game.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like amazed at seeing this. And this
I love the look of that box.
Yeah, it's a thicker box than the regular retail release.
Yeah.
I guess it's re-release edition, but it's great. It's provided me with many hours of entertainment. Very happy with that. So these are the ones that have the most impact.
Yeah.
Now, you asked which one has the most monetary value?
Yeah, we just got a raid, so I'm just going to say thank you, Deglamong, for the raid very much. Welcome in, Deglamong Raiders. I'm here with doctorcdcs, and we're talking about big boxes right now, but we've talked about all kinds of stuff, and we're going to continue to talk about stuff for a little bit longer. But welcome in. Thank you very much for that raid.
Hey there, Deglamong. How you doing?
And I hope you had fun with your stream, Deglamong. Alright, sorry, Doc. Continue with your talking about your awesome video games.
No. Wow, no, I just noticed something happening on screen when you did something. But no, I think a question was asked, which one has the most monetary value?
Can you pin that down in your collection?
There is one game I have. I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know, but there is one game, and I honestly can say I don't know. I don't have a good reason why people seem to want to ask this much money for this game. I feel like there's this dedicated small cartel of video game sellers / board gamers that seem to think that this game is worth way more than it actually is.
Oh.
And they seem to, every time I see this go up on eBay, they seem to want to ask ridiculous sums of money. I'm talking $600 to $700 for a box copy of this game, and I don't know why.
US dollars or Canadian?
Yeah, US.
Oh my gosh!
Last time I checked, it's been a long time since I looked. But this is the game. This is the Iron Blitz edition of Axis and Allies from Microprose.
That game is $600.
For some bizarre reason, people are asking stupid amounts of money for this. I don't think anyone's bought a copy of this game. I just want to be clear. I don't think anyone in their right mind has ever bought this game at this price.
It's so funny.
I paid like $4 for this from a thrift store. So
did you say $4?
Yeah, I paid $4 for this. This was a thrift store find. But you can Google it. Go on eBay, look up Axis and Allies Iron Blitz Edition, and see if there's anything there. I would be shocked. I would hope that the market has somehow corrected itself.
You said Iron Blitz, right?
Yeah,
and it's
Iron
for DOS?
It's for Windows.
Okay.
It's for Windows. There is a Axis and Allies PC game that came out by Microprose. This is like their second iteration.
Right.
I guess the Iron Blitz edition has more stuff in it, maybe. But I don't know, for some bizarre reason. People
You're right.
Is it there?
Yeah.
I told you, I'm not making this up. There are people, there's some I have a conspiracy theory that there is a group somewhere out there that's trying to mark up this game. They're trying desperately to get this game way more value than it really is, and no one's biting.
I'm gonna say right now, like, if I have this game in my collection, it's in a crate of stuff that I don't care about. That's like, if I have this game, that's where that belongs. You know what I mean?
Like, I honestly don't know where anyone got this number from of almost $1,000 Australian for this.
I'm looking at it right now.
Nobody's bought it.
It's just
Go
insane.
look at sold prices. I don't think anyone's bought a copy in the box. I think I might have seen one CD copy for $50, and that's it.
Like, it's
Nobody
not even
buys
sealed, right? Oh, it does claim to be factory sealed, but it doesn't seem to have shrink wrap on it. It must just be the tape.
I mean, mine's isn't sealed, but the CD is sealed.
Right.
So that's about as close. But like, there's some kind of weird something about this game.
Yeah, I think they just have the tape. You know, the tape on the flap in the ends. That's all I can see.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a whole, like, market for sealed game collecting as well, that people just, like, overprice things, like, a lot. You know, I found a mint condition of Axis and Allies board game I bought at Goodwill. It has all the pieces. Oh, that's awesome, Geiger.
You could probably buy all the copies of Axis Allies that are out there for the board game for that price.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you buy this? I mean,
idea.
I get it. It's a video game. But, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Does it look like?
I mean, it's a nice enough box, but seriously.
Even like 100 and someone, I think, was it Imicat wrote, there's a torn box for $150 on eBay.
Okay. How bad is it?
It's not bad. It's not a bad game. It's just Axis and Allies. But why would you spend $150 on this?
When I went through my last YouTube stream, I did clean up as part of it, and it was like going through retro games collection like stuff, because I just had piles of like stuff that was on the floor that I had said I need to do something about this at some point, and it's just been sitting there. So I was like, I'm going to do something about it. Did a stream, and I went through and I like put a bunch of games. There's a few big box games in there, and one of them was like this type of thing. It wasn't Axis and Allies, it was like a Civil War one, but it was like just one of those war games that was published by Sierra. I don't remember who made it.
I know which one you're talking about. I was watching your stream. It was by Impressions.
There you go.
The Civil War game. Yeah. It was like, you see two sides fighting. It's two. Yeah.
And it's like, it's so not up my alley in terms of games that I enjoy, but I was like, I don't know, I'll chuck that in this box. And now I'm wondering, if this is like $1,000, what would that one be worth? Like, is that a $500 game? I don't know.
I mean, I honestly don't know if Axis and Allies has some kind of huge board game movement. Maybe there is, and they're like, the odds of them getting another, like, there's a loose CD with a manual for $160
of this game
being sold.
I mean, this looks like a good deal then, because this is $124.95, and I mean, it's torn apparently.
$100 for the CD only. Someone's asking. This is what I'm talking about. I don't understand.
Oh, that's not even a bad tear.
I don't understand it.
The barcode's been removed on this one though, Doc. Which is I know it's your pet peeve. Actually,
yeah, it is.
What is your biggest? I guess that's your biggest pet peeve for big box collecting. The barcode being removed. Do you have another one? Or a bigger one than that even?
I mean, the barcode, I can understand why it's removed, because they want to get. I mean, back in the day, that's how you get your manufacturer's coupon or discount or rebate. That's part and parcel of the experience, I guess.
Yeah.
But my biggest pet peeve are the times when you buy a box game from a thrift store, and the sticker they use for the price is like a very poor quality one, and I don't have it. I got I can't remember which Sierra box it was, but they put the sticker on the, the sticker at the bottom of the corner where it tells you what VGA system requirements.
Oh yeah.
And when you try peeling the sticker, it also peeled off the Sierra sticker.
That's horrible.
That poor quality sticker that makes it's so impossible to remove.
Those stickers.
I don't like it.
My pet peeve is probably similar, which is like sticker related. That's definitely bad. But what's also potentially worse is when they, like, say you've got a nice box like this and it's not sealed. So if it's sealed, you can sometimes get the sticker off the plastic. But they put the sticker like right here, like over the artwork. It's like, I need to remove that sticker. If it's over here, like if it's like on the side somewhere, I'm okay. Like whatever, I won't remove it. The box still looks great. You put a sticker right here, that's fine. You put a sticker like, and I don't know why they do it. Some Australian distributor called Aussiesoft, Sega Aussiesoft, would release stuff like regularly with stickers of their own. Like they have to put their sticker on. People have to know it came from them. But they put it like over the title or over the face of somebody on the box. It's like, I don't know why they did that. I've got a few of them with that. That's one of my peeves with boxes and condition and stuff like that.
Yeah. I used to remove the stickers from the thrift store, but then I stopped. I was like, you know what? It kind of adds some character that, hey, I did pay this much money for it. Mm-hmm. So I started leaving them on, especially when they're a deal.
I like leaving them on usually, but if it's on the middle of the box, it's got to go.
Yes. Yeah. If you're stuck planted on the face, like, I don't think any of the boxes here. I can't show an example. I don't think I have one.
Yeah. I don't know if I've got one either. Games with Johnny has a peeve. When you open the top of a big box, it makes a small bend due to being opened in the center, and it's permanently bent along the top. I know what you mean.
Yes.
The technique to deal with that, it's easy, but you just have to be patient enough to bother to do it. So, like what I do, I have a box I can demonstrate with.
Like this one. This is XCOM Apocalypse, and it's bent. Because when I first bought it, I opened it, and it bent the thing. And it bent it. I hated it. Makes me sad. Blockbuster would put giant stickers all over the entire cassette, and I had to remove them.
Sorry about that.
You know what, AV Fusion? Blockbuster stickers are now like a collector's item. Some people actually prefer those now. So you're sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah. So here's StarCraft, and you can see like the top of the box is like actually fine. There's no creases or anything in there. And like the technique for dealing with opening these things and not getting that bend in it, because you shove your thumb in there and you try and pick that up, it's going to get caught on the tabs, right? Because the tabs are designed to keep the box closed. So you just, the goal is like take something like flat and not sharp, and just poke it in, hold the tab down and lift up the edge. Do that on both sides. This box isn't in perfect condition, but it's good enough for demonstration purposes. And you got to carefully like just make sure that it's not stuck on the tab on the edge. And like by keeping that down and lifting it out, you can just open the box and it'll open. But this box does have somebody's lifted out with their thumb damage. It's got a little crease in the tab, but not on the top, which is good. But yeah, that's the way to avoid that. Guy, I was going to post some pics on the Discord. I'll see if we can pull up some pics from Discord in a second there.
You pop both sides to avoid the center, huh? Also, looking at Games with Johnny's comment.
Oh yeah.
Your favorite type of box, Imicat, is the one with the clamshell with a sliding cover. Yeah, that's what Future Shock is like. Future Shock is like this.
Yeah, those boxes, they're good.
It's open.
Yeah. Clamshell with the slide cover is always a nice thing.
Or boxes just like this, like Mike Dicka. You just open it and slide it, and there you go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
These are the best ones.
I mean, that's what when I went to grab a box, I was like, wait, no, they're all like, yeah, not clamshell, but this type of two-half box. Yeah. The clamshells like I have are mostly they're for like other platforms, not for PC. I don't know if I have many for PC that are clamshell style box where it's like, you know, it's attached on one hinge kind of thing.
It's pretty funny how looking at your shelf and then looking at mine, how this industry never managed to standardize anything until 2002 when they decided let's all go small box. And even then it became DVD cases, thick boxes. No one ever got around to standardizing a box.
The standard. And they didn't standardize. PC market did not really standardize this. It was like the DVD manufacturers did.
Yes.
Because like, oh, you want to buy a DVD? It's going to come in this size of case. Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, there's so many different varieties of boxes behind you, so many different sizes and shapes. And most of them have cardboard in it. Just to fill up the space. It's not actual content.
Yeah, that happened for a while there, and it was pretty disappointing. Like collecting there's a scale of time, and this happens like, I don't know if it's a generational thing, but like if you look at like early PC stuff, like talking like even Apple II, like go back that far, it's like really budget printing. But eventually they started to get really nice. Like they would get like a really nice box that have really like full color manuals, or maybe not full color, but like have some nice manuals with a full color front cover or something like that. And then like they sort of peak and then trail off. It's like now that we know how to make a good quality product, we're gonna like lower our production costs for these games and like get them out like cheaper. And so those manuals get like less good. RiceFox NZ, thank you for the follow. And then you get like the PC, like the next generation comes out, like the next generation of games comes out, and suddenly like they're all like much nicer again. And it seemed to happen a lot. Like,
I like big boxes, and I cannot lie. You are the gamers
I
can't
think
deny
also
that when a game comes in a witty big box
from...
and a thick manual in your face,
go ahead.
You get fractal.
We had a 1-bit donation from Mimicat. Thank you, Mimicat. I should turn off the 1-bit TTS for when I'm having a chat. But thanks, Mimicat, for the bit.
Yeah, I need to. After what I did with Rig's TTS, I really need to disable it on my side too. No, I was just thinking maybe they also got pressured from, say, retailers.
Hi, guy.
Like the Walmarts or the big box stores saying, we need shelf space. And your boxes are way too big.
I mean, you can ship like 2 to 1, right? Almost like in terms of storage space, it's a lot. And this is a thick one too. Like this. Yeah.
And the average retailer is probably going to be, oh, this is great to save space, as opposed to us going, oh no, this is too small.
Yeah.
Where's my stuff?
I regret that they. I mean, I lament. I'm sad. That they didn't keep doing more contents in the boxes though, because the boxes, like, I don't know, they just got cheaper and cheaper. Like, it's just, you might as well not even get physical at a certain point, because like you don't even get a manual. I mean, nowadays you buy a PC game physical, it's probably just got a CD key in it, Steam key in it, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The last good pickup I probably did, I haven't opened it, was Quantum Break. That was probably the last big PC game, the collector's edition. That was a nice box. But yeah, it's just a Steam key. It has discs, but that's just to offset the download. But it's a Steam key. And I understand it. I get it. I mean, the majority of people don't want clutter. I guess that's also why digital games or digital versions of games are so popular now.
Yeah,
that's the way it is. People they don't want to have that stuff lying around. But at the same time, on two fronts, it's nice to hold something in your hand. Like when I play XCOM, it's nice to be able to look at the manual, the physical manual. I mean, sure, I could look at the PDF any day, all day. I could have it up on another monitor.
That's true.
But there's something about flipping pages. There's something nice about flipping through the pages.
Yeah.
It helps me retain memory better with this information, and it's nice to have this stuff. And the other thing is that they could just as easily delist it.
It's true. Physical gives you some level of protection, right? Like, I mean, yeah, that's pretty easy.
I mean, we're physical media, depending on what it is, they all have lifespans, right? We're look at what's happening with CDs now. CDs, disc rot is becoming more and more of an issue. Depending on where you live, it's going to be a bigger problem than for others. But everything has a time limit when it comes to physical media, CDs especially. There was a sweet spot of CD pressing when the CDs that were put in, kind of like floppy disks, they kind of rose in quality and then they just had this steep drop off.
Yeah. And
it's happening now with these poor quality CDs from the mid 2000s that they're just not as good as the way they were before.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's kind of why digital's also taking hold, at the preservation's sake. We need to keep stuff on alternate means of storage, because we need to keep these games alive. I mean, we need to keep these games alive.
Yeah.
Think about how many movies we've lost to time that have been lost because they were just either through war or just neglect or poor storage, that they're just disappeared.
Yeah.
And I don't think we want that for video games.
Absolutely not. I mean, the thing is, at least with distribution of PC games, they were pretty broadly distributed, because fortunately, when PC home gaming on PC sort of took off, there was already BBSs around to distribute pirated copies of games. So at least we can mostly we can see games there are lost games. There are probably lost games that we may never recover, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
How many copies of Alone in the Dick have we lost? Oh God, Toa Planet. I don't even want to think about that tragedy.
Yeah, we don't want to think about that. For multiple reasons. I've never actually seen that game played before, but I'm well aware.
Macaw played it.
Yeah, Macaw streamed it. Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, G Pudding, good to see you. Sorry, I can't really look at the chat. Sometimes I am looking.
It's hard to respond to everybody in chat, but hello, G Pudding. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing wonderful. Ivanov, good to see you. You're well. Yeah, I'm talking with doctorcdcs. For those of you who haven't seen doctorcdcs, please go drop a follow. I did a shout out just a minute ago. Go give a follow to Doc if you haven't already. He streams retro PC games, console games, stuff like that. Today he was playing a new game that just came out, which was interesting. It was the first time that you actually played a game that was, now sponsored is a loaded word, but it was a sponsored stream. They gave you the game, right?
I mean, I wouldn't call it sponsored. They didn't provide me, other than the key, they didn't provide me with any monetary value. They just sent me an email saying that we're a dev team. This is our game. Here's a key.
And it was pre-release?
And they didn't ask us if they didn't write, can you play it or anything. They just said, if you'd like to check it out, please do. And that was it. Hey there, Saber. Yeah, I'm up late. But because it was kind of monumental for me, because it was the first time anyone has ever approached me to play it.
Yeah. So what's your secret?
Ad, I wouldn't say it's even an ad, because an ad also kind of gives kind of this impression that also I'm selling on behalf of them, and I'm not. I'm just giving my own take, my own opinion on it.
Yeah.
It was a beta copy.
It was a review, a review of the game pre-launch.
I mean, they didn't ask me anything, whether or not, could you say this or anything. They made no mention of it. I was left pretty much to figure out what to do on my own. And I mean, overall, I thought the game was fun. I enjoyed it. There were some flaws. Some people did make mention of the music being a bit too similar to Castlevania. That was brought up more than once. There were some issues with the menu system. But overall, I thought that the actual gameplay was solid. It worked well with the arcade stick, which was another first for me.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fun. I thought it was overall was a fun game. Is it necessarily? if I see it on a Steam page, like as new listing, would I buy it? Probably not.
Okay.
It's not something that because like I said, I have not really played in the Castlevania games, the classic Castlevania games. I've played the Game Boy Advance ones, but the classic ones maybe not. And there are just so many games out there now that are of probably similar or better quality, which are just getting absolutely ignored.
Yeah.
How do you know what's a good game and what's not? And I was being honest. I was like, I probably wouldn't have even played it if I wasn't approached. But now that I did play it, it's actually surprisingly fun. What's the name of the game? It's called.
It's called Awakened Evil. I got the Steam page open in front of me here, so I'll just post that in the chat.
Yeah. Isn't it like 6 a.m.? It is 4:56 a.m. So
sorry to keep you up.
No worries. But I know that you do have a stream, and there are people who are wanting to watch you play something.
I think they're enjoying this chat. Honestly, I think they're quite enjoying it.
Well, I hope so. Early Bird gets the Worm Extreme Edition. Exactly.
It's a good one.
But
so
yeah,
what's the secret? Like for a new streamer who wants to know how to get given games so they can stream them, what's the secret?
Oh, what's the secret? I mean, you told me the secret. The secret was to actually write. Well, step one, make an email address that's business related for business related stuff, and then step two, actually post it on your Twitch page. And I did.
How long did it take? Like, what's the metrics here? How long did it take from you creating the email and posting it to getting this first game?
Well, it took me 4 years to actually put the page up, the actual link up, and to create the account. It took me 4 years to do that, and about a day and a half.
That's really quick, actually.
That was quick. I mean, they're not going to be flooding in. There's not going to be like, I mean, to be fair, I have gotten the occasional stream elements. Like, I think when you sign up for stream elements, you'll always get something for Raid Shadow Legends.
It seems like everybody gets an offer for that. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the first time an actual like human, I guess, emailed me and was like, "Here's a key for our game that we're making."
I mean, good on them, I reckon. They also sent me the key, so I don't know. Maybe I'll stream it for a little bit here and see how I like it. But
you should.
When I watched you play it, I was like, actually, this looks like a really fluid. Looks like it's got some fluid gameplay and stuff like that. But to be honest, like looking at the graphics, like I have the title card on my screen right now, and it looks like it reminds me of like those like mid/early 90s homebrew DOS games. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like the level of quality
without the shading.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be mean. Obviously, it's a huge effort to put something like this together and actually get it out there, and then to put in the effort to go and market it. Like, huge kudos to these people like putting this game together. But, like watching the gameplay, that was what convinced me. Like watching you actually enjoying yourself. Like, okay, maybe I will play that. I wasn't really planning to, but now I've seen you do it.
I mean, I did it mainly because it was the first time I ever tried something like that. I'd never been approached. There was no pressure for me to be like, oh, I need to be super positive about this no matter what. No. I could be as brutal as I wanted to be. I probably wouldn't have streamed it if they said, please do this. I probably would have just ignored the email.
Yeah.
But it was a fun experience. It was, hey, my forte isn't platformers. I'm not very good at them. Some people have seen my Zeliard run. It was certainly a life-changing experience.
Zeliard is a tricky game.
Zeliard is. I'm impressed that you're able to play without mapping. I'm very impressed that you're able to play that game. But no, I mean, it was a fun experience, and it was really fun for. I think the dev popped in. He said he wasn't going to be able to make it because he had a family thing. Because I contacted him, let him know I'll be streaming at this time if you want to check it out. And he's like, oh, I have a family thing, but he popped in the chat. And yeah, then a lot of people were positive on it
Hmm.
about, and I think he was overall like really surprised and like happy about that people were so happy about it. I mean, he took the criticisms or the constructive criticisms to heart, especially when I showed him some of the issues with the with the video options. But yeah, I'm glad that like Dell said, most devs are just looking for an honest opinion. Yeah, you're right. I think a lot of devs just want to get some feedback.
Hmm.
And it's I think in a way it's nice to see their you're right as well, yeah, to see if they struggle or not, their reaction to certain situations. Like I was able to figure out pretty early on, there's a way to cheese the boss, the first level boss. And yeah, he was like, yeah, that's the strat, that's what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to cheese him.
Awesome.
And yeah, it was really fun.
Like the training wheels for the first boss sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very I mean, hey, I enjoyed beating the first level. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it on stream, but I'm glad I did. I made it to the second boss level, so you should play it.
Yeah,
you should
I
play
might
it.
give it a crack. I might give it a crack. I'd have to go and download it and get it set up, but do that. Is there anything else?
And
you
it's nice.
The
other thing, sorry, I just want to say it's another thing because it's also on the Godot engine, which
the Godot engine.
Godot, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Now that's a thing I've heard so many people talk about in chat, but until very recently, I had no idea what they were talking about. Like, this is not like Unity or Unreal Tournament where you see games being put out. Like, this is all, it's up and coming. It's up and coming. It's like, oh, okay. I think Dome Keeper, which is a fairly new release, is kind of like the first game that I noticed that uses the Godot engine.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to see these things. That there's now a new player when it comes to indie engine or indie game development. I'm excited for that. Thank you for the shout out, by the way.
You're welcome. Yeah, Godot, actually, Valiant Cheese, who's sometimes in the chat, he streams on Twitch doing game dev frequently. He uses Godot for a lot of his games that he's working on. So yeah, Godot's, I think it's got to a point of maturity now. Like, we'll probably see more games using that the same way that people are using Unity. I think it's like maybe a little bit less polished in some areas, but it's more polished in others, perhaps. So it's interesting.
I just saw Evil Commie Dictator's post.
Oh, really? Where's that?
Oh, he previously did something on my stream.
He roast himself. I see. Mini Roach says, speaking of new indie games, a small indie developer couple has made a new game called Colossal Cave. Have you heard about it? You heard about that, right?
So I've never played the original Colossal Cave.
Mm-hmm. I
do know that Roberta and Ken Williams put out a new game called Colossal Cave. It's $51 Canadian, so I'm not paying $51 for that.
Nope.
I'm sorry. I don't care how. I can't. That's $51, man. That's a lot of money.
I did a late night review of like the pre-release footage that we'd seen of the game, and my answer to that was like, this is not polished to the point that it needs to be released as a new game. I don't care if it's like Ken and Roberta Williams. They need to like it. To me, it looks. Look, I don't want to be mean, but I will say, to me, it does look like they did not. Like, the artwork is not consistent. Like, there's so many variants in, like, how it looks. Like, what are they actually trying to do here? Because it doesn't look like... One screenshot to the next looks like a different game, almost, with the variants on that. And, like, the quality varies a lot between scene to scene.
I'm all for, hey, you get the money... If the experience is worth the money you spent on it, then sure, fine. If you feel like you got your money's worth for the $51 you spent on it, then... I'm not going to be the one to say, I'm not going to poo-poo on you and say that, oh yeah, it's the price, you shouldn't. No, I'm definitely not going to say that. But for someone like me who's new to this, who's new to Colossal Cave, never played the original,
right?
I was like, Ken and Roberta Williams, they have this pedigree. That price point, that's just the first barrier.
I'm not going to buy it for that dollar price is too high for me.
No, it's just way too much.
I mean, I could
I
buy
mean,
a big
best of
box
luck to
game
them.
and put it in my collection for that much money. I could buy an actual good Sierra game and put it in my...
Yeah, I mean, it was a $49.99 US. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, yeah.
For some, I think someone wrote a review that it's kind of like a mid-2000s game, which it's not too bad. But
that was what I said when we looked at it, yeah.
But yeah, it's I wish them best of luck. I wonder if this will get put on sale immediately or bundled. I want to know. Like I would like to play it. I think there'd be people who would be very curious. But that barrier is when we've come to the point. There are only one or two games that can get away with having such a high price point. One of them might be Dwarf Fortress, which recently came out after a long time, and it had a lot of. It was free for years. Like, it's still free, but the Steam version has been hyped up for a long time. A lot of people have been anticipating this. They want to support the developers because they basically had no choice to release their game, but because of healthcare costs and stuff.
Right.
So in that case, they're asking for $30, and I'm like, yes, I will definitely pay for that because I'm supporting them. Or a game like Factorio, which, by the way, they just announced they're increasing the price on that game. Factorio is a game which
going up in price.
It is going up in price. They just announced today. I think it was today. They announced that they're increasing the price of Factorio. And people are, I mean, even I'm thinking, why do they keep increasing? They've never had a sale for that game. The game has sold millions of copies. It's coming out on Switch. And they're saying it's inflation related for the price increase.
Surely they've made a lot of money on that game. Like, I guess they're just milking the long tail as long as they can. Like, it's strange.
I guess
there's a few games that do that. Like, GTA 5. Like, how old is the GTA? When did that first come out?
That's a PlayStation 2 title. GTA 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you say 5 or 3?
5. Yeah.
5. Oh, 5 is 7. 7 years. I don't know. It's been a while.
I don't know. I remember, like, when I went to get it, I was like, oh, it should be cheap by now, and it wasn't. And I was like, I'll get it later, and it still didn't get cheap. Like, it never got cheap. Like, is it cheap now? Like, I haven't looked, but
GTA 5 has gone on sale. It was even given away for free on Epic Game Store.
Yeah. It's like $23.35 now. So it has come down in price. Oh wait, is it on discount right now though? Yeah, so its regular price is like 60 Australian dollars. So it has come down in price. I remember it was 90 for like 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
The thing is though with Factorio, and like to an extent Colossal. I mean, Colossal Cave, that's their first release. They want to price it at 14. They've basically done the math on it. Factorio.
Okay.
Yeah, but like with Colossal Cave, that's a separate thing. They want to price it like that, let them. When the case of Factorio, the thing is that I know for a fact that it was originally $34 it was like $34 Canadian, and then I bought it at $34, and then I checked it maybe a month ago, and then I noticed it was $40. So they already increased it in Canada one time, the price, and now they're increasing it again. I mean, hey. It's a very popular game. It's got very high reviews. A lot of people they've never put that game on sale. Pro tip: if you do have, for anyone that does Humble Choice, if you're a subscriber to that, you can actually get the discount on Factorio. So if you are a longtime subscriber, you can get 20% off. So just be aware of that.
Jeez.
You can, even though they don't put it on sale, the Humble discount will actually pull off 20% off it. If you do subscribe and you're like, I was at 6 months or something as a subscriber. But yeah, they've never put it on sale on Steam. They said they have no intentions to. But I mean, I just don't see why they're increasing the price.
It's a strange
personally.
choice to me. Yeah, I've tried Factorio and I didn't really love it. So I haven't sat down to try and actually play through the campaign and like win the. I guess you got to launch a rocket or something. I haven't.
Or
Done
get
that.
out. I've never played it.
Yeah.
I might stream it.
Yeah, I may stream it someday when I'm in the mood for a game like that. But yeah, GTA 5 was 2013 apparently as well. Jiggy said so. Good to see you, Jiggy.
Oh, hi,
as well.
Jiggy.
Yeah, that's 2013. So that's like that's like 10-year-old game. 10-year-old game.
Yeah.
And like for like eight or 7 or 8 of those years, it was full price. Which and like Crumbs also said in the chat, like it had a online community that was pretty big with role playing and all that kind of stuff as well. So maybe it's justified, but I always just saw it as like it was a strange choice to me. Like, why would they not lower the price after a few years so the people who are holding off would pick it up?
I think their whole thing
Yeah.
was, oh, it wouldn't be fair to the people who early adopted it. But at this point, if you're an early adopter, I mean, who's this price increase for? It's not for the people who already bought the game. They bought the game.
Yeah.
If you're trying to entice new buyers, is it because you're increasing the price that, oh, look, we're that good? I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't know. Like, I don't know much about sales. They've probably done the math. They've probably got their own. They've probably figured it out that this makes more sense for them. I guess they have higher upkeep where they're based in. Maybe the salaries have gone up. Maybe I mean, maybe they should put out a second game.
Maybe they had monstrous debt. Maybe they went into some kind of monstrous debt when they were making the game, and they still haven't paid it off yet.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they should make a second game.
I hope they do. I mean, they're still updating Factorio, right?
Well, it doesn't even have to be a Factorio 2. It could be anything. Why not make something else?
Yeah.
Get money that way. But hey, whatever. It's their game. They're free to do it. And in the end, people will vote with their wallets. At some point, there has been some blowback from this. Some people have, like on Reddit especially, have been like, why? The biggest question is why? Why do you need to feel the need for a game that's been out this long, has never been put on sale, has sold well over 1 million units? Why do you feel the need to increase it on inflation reasons when it seems like it's been smooth sailing in terms of sales? Word of mouth has caused this game to... It's basically word of mouth. A lot of it's been word of mouth. Is it the increased cost of suddenly going to the Switch? I don't know.
I mean, maybe they have a huge staff and upkeep. They require a certain amount of income per month, and they need to increase the costs to keep up with the income. But that's a bad position to be in. You like, I don't know, from a business perspective, wouldn't you just like downsize at that point rather than increase the cost of your game? That's old.
I mean, Car2 mentions about the inflation, and nobody really does that. I mean, that's true. The only time I've ever seen a price increase is when, say, Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo start increasing prices on their games, like PS5 games are going up $10.
Yeah.
Or like a generational change. Like we had that with like Super Nintendo games. They used to be like $100, and then they dropped in price after a certain period of time, and now they're slowly moving back up to $100. But yeah, this is the first time I've seen a game that's been out this long with no sales. To their credit, they didn't have to. They didn't have to put it on sale. They stuck to their guns. But,
they should do a price increase sale, like before they do the final price increase, they put it on sale for 25% off for the first time and only time. Well, it's still an alien strategy to me. Like, imagine, like, I don't know. Imagine you made a game and it's like every time somebody buys the game, it gets more expensive. Like, that's an interesting idea. You put it out for like 50 cents and it goes up a price bracket each time somebody purchases it. So eventually your game, like 10 people buy it, it's like, it's a $20 game now. Like, I don't know. It's weird to put the price up.
Fantastic.
It boggles my mind.
You remained resolute and resourceful in an atmosphere of extreme pessimism.
They know the business better than me.
Yeah.
I'm just reading some of the chat here.
Yeah.
From what I've read, they have this mindset that whatever you should pay whatever value we dictate. That's what some people on Reddit are saying. But like, yeah, I think in the end,
started out like pay what you want, right?
Humble Bundle started as a pay what you want. I don't even know if they even had the dollar minimum at that time.
Yeah, they were like
they started
really
like
open.
pay what you want for, because they were all indie games. The first bundle had all indie games.
Like,
I missed out on the first bundle. I think I only got in that bundle 2
or whatever it's called, and Natural Selection 2 or something like that, right? Overgrowth.
Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember. Like Overgrowth was actually, so that's the thing. So Humble Bundle was made by was created by the developer of Lugaroo and Overgrowth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like his brother.
So
like, yeah.
There's something like that. And I'd always wanted, because I'd always watched his YouTube videos of how his fight mechanics were for Overgrowth. So I'd always hope that, oh man, I really hope they put Overgrowth in a Humble Sale. And they did, but it wasn't for many years later.
Right.
But yeah, the first bundle of like Lugaroo and like maybe Aquario. It was like a bunch of small games. It was a
thank you for the follow, Super Insano. Sorry, dog.
Oh, nice. No, it was nice, but yeah, they used to do pay what you want.
Yeah.
Then they slowly introduced the concepts of pay more than this, and you'll get more of this.
Pay more than average, and you get unlock everything. When they started doing that, I was like a bit like dubious of that technique, but it did make me pay more. So.
Yeah, then they introduced, I think after that, they introduced you need to spend $1 in order to get a Steam key, because I think people were taking advantage of it, like reselling. So they had to go, okay, you need to put a limit on this.
Yeah.
So they introduced that, and then they got bought out by IGN.
Yeah, that was, how long ago did that happen now? IGN purchase, do you remember?
Must be like maybe 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 3 years, so I'm probably wrong. Probably right. It's probably.
I don't actually remember. It's been a long time.
I remember when that happened. I was like, oh no, this is gonna be the end of like good deals, and it hasn't really been the end of it. So I guess I haven't used it as much though. When it started out, I was like, I'm gonna buy every single Humble Indie bundle, like the Humble Indie bundle that they used to do them super regularly. I was like, I'm gonna buy every single one of them, but at some point they just started having like diminishing returns even to get those, so I just stopped. I rarely jump in and get them nowadays.
I mean, I still buy them. I've recently started doing Humble Choice again
Mm-hmm.
because some of the selections were games I kind of was like, okay, I could. So this was during the time of. I was in the middle of Game Pass. I started trying out games like Microsoft Game Pass, and I was like, I could spend $16 a month for Game Pass, and then when that expires, I won't get access to my games, or spend close to $16 on Humble.
Yeah.
And possibly get games I want, and I could pause and stuff. But these would be games on my library that I could keep. So I was like, okay, I'm going to stick with Humble. And so far, for the last 6 months or so, they've been bundles I've actually wanted.
Yeah. They have this one, the Watched Eyes game bundle on at the moment, which I'd been informed about before. Crumb just mentioned it, reminded me about it. This is like the kind of deal that I would be like, this is the kind of one I would go, yeah, okay, I'll pick that up, because it's like these are games I'm interested in. I don't have all of them. I have probably half of these, I think. Maybe more than half of these I have actually. So. That's when I have to make a decision, like, do I want to spend the money on this one or not? Like, how many of these do I have? Yeah, like Primordia was a really good game. You played Primordia?
I've actually played through almost all of them.
Yeah, okay.
They're really good point and clicks.
I watched you play the Shiva, but I don't know if I watched you play any of the others. Probably because I was like trying.
I've played
not
the
to get
Shiva
spoiled.
on stream. I
Yeah.
played Shardlight on stream. This is way before I was like. This is like probably the fifth game I ever finished on stream.
Mhm.
Shardlight. I played the first Blackwell adventure game on stream. And then I played Gemini Rue. Very good game.
I haven't played half of these.
You should play. They're really good.
Yeah.
Techno Babylon I played on stream.
I've been asked to play Techno Babylon a lot, actually. That's one that's come up a lot. Techno Babylon. Haven't touched it yet.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Jiggy says I don't use Humble much, but I do give them €10 a month or whatever.
Right.
Oh really? I mean, so far they've been decent. The last few months have been decent Humble choices. I think this month's is Doom Eternal.
Oh, okay.
Doom Eternal's this month, which I think for $16 is not a.
They have Doom Eternal, Tribes of Midgard, and Ollie Ollie World, which kind of looks cool actually. Of these three,
Yeah,
like
it's skateboarding.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, look, there are a bunch of games that I don't have. Am I going to play them? No, probably not. But no, it's nice to have in the Steam library. Did they do Whispers of the Machine? For a lot of the games like Whispers of the Machine, Techno Babylon, Primordia, they published it. But the games that they did were like the Shiva.
Yeah.
Then
Whispers
Blackwell.
was a good game.
Have you played Resonance?
No, I haven't. I haven't played that many of their the games that they were involved with. It looks like they weren't involved with Whispers of Machine.
Oh really?
Yeah, on the Steam page I'm seeing the publisher's Raw Fury, and it was developed by Fliptop and Faravid Interactive. So yeah.
See, they all use kind of a similar engine. So
Yeah,
it looks
they do.
it looks very. I keep assuming every game that's made in that style is from Wad Jedi.
Yeah, like AGS, Adventure Game Studio, or whatever. Like I think that's where most of them are using the same tech. So the similarities are probably because of the engine tech, I guess. Yeah. Doom Eternal gets decent Steam sales these days too. Oh, that's good. That's good. I haven't played. So actually, I want to talk about Doom. I want to talk about Doom with you, Doom, because I know you played it a little bit on your Discord. You've streamed a little bit of playing Doom, right?
Yes, Eternal. Yeah.
Yeah, Doom Eternal. I tried Doom 2016. I think I'm not sure if I finished it or not, but I played through a good chunk of it, and it just like at the end of the day for me, it just never really felt like the way Doom 1 and 2 felt. Like it didn't give me the same flavor, I guess, in the gameplay. And when
I spoke about this recently in chat. I forgot who was streaming, but they talked about why they were trying to talk about their experience with Doom, the 2016 Doom and Doom Eternal, and they were also saying that they also didn't like it. And I think I mentioned that I was talking to you about it, and I said the main reason I don't like it are the monster closets.
Right.
It's just that you run into an area, like they're just not standing there. You kind of have to initiate their spawns, and it's like, oh, it's basically an arena. It's just an arena mode.
Right.
At this point, it's not. It's fun, but at the same time, it's not the same as a traditional Doom experience. Doom Eternal, I felt, did fix some of those issues.
Do you think Doom Eternal is like a more Doom-like game than 2016?
Compared to Doom 2016, yes.
Okay.
I do. I do think that. I mean, it still has the monster closets, but I do try and address some of the issues, especially with having some monsters wandering around and stuff, which I thought was cool.
Like it looks cool. Like looking, if you showed me a screenshot in like 2015 or whatever or 2014 of Doom Eternal or Doom 2016, you showed me those screenshots, I think they looked amazing, of course, and I think they look like Doom characters. But when I actually play it, it doesn't play the after watching gameplay footage and actually playing Doom 2016 myself, it doesn't play the same. Like the main beef I have with it is the glory kill mechanics and stuff like that.
So the glory kill mechanic, I can only speak for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone free to disagree with me. With the glory kill mechanic, I felt like it's kind of the thing with Doom 2016.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't made for someone it wasn't intended to be made for someone of my age or what I grew up with Doom. It was more intended for someone who's played, say, a more actiony game like a squad-based shooter, battle royale, where everything is in the moment and you have to keep the intensity has to be kept up. A lot of the ways like the glory kills, it's for you to keep your multiplier up, to keep going from enemy to enemy, trying to keep the rhythm going. It's more of a rhythm game in a lot of ways, I feel like, because you're trying to go from monster to monster, bashing their skulls in, trying to get the kills in, while keeping, in a lot of ways, keeping that rhythm going because it does create a sense of satisfaction when you're able to chain something for a very long period. You do get that kind of dopamine rush of like, oh, it's really working for me. But at the same time, I do like the traditional Doom experience of just running in, seeing like 4 demons, and they're all just shooting at you, and you're just turning around, hiding behind cover. In this regard, I'm just jumping around, especially in Doom Eternal, because you have double jump and stuff. You're jumping around, and you're just spinning around trying to shoot people and trying to see if they get stunned, because you can stun them. You kind of also have iframes in that.
Right.
But
that's different. Yeah, the
iframes
stuff that changes things a lot.
It does. It's a different game. It's for a lot more. I wouldn't say it's a twitch shooter, like as in like an arena game like Quake, but it definitely does have its appeal. But I definitely see that it's catered towards a more different audience than, say, me.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I think about playing Doom, the originals, I think about, like, circle strafing, prioritizing an enemy, maybe trying to convince them to infight, or like separate off one of the enemies so I can take them out while the other ones are in another room, and then I can like go back in there and take the rest out. Like those sort of like strategic movements in the game. And then when I think about 2016, my experience with that, it was really just like, how do I chain enough of these dudes together so that I don't lose too much health here, or I can get the ammo I need to finish the job. The approach is quite different, and I didn't like the feeling of like gameplay. If you think about Doom, the first one, the originals. I was gonna say the real ones. The originals. You've got like, you're in control of your character like the whole time until you from the start of the level until you press the exit level button. You're never really like losing control of your character, right? Unless you die, of course. But it's always in your control. Like, you point the mouse somewhere, that's where the guy's going to point. You press the button, he's going to shoot. Like, that's the game. Like, you never lose that control. It's very, what's the word? Visceral, maybe? Visceral moments of, like, just, like, being there. A sense of, like... Yes, that sense of control. And then when I played Doom Eternal, or Doom 2016... I haven't played Eternal. When I played Doom 2016, it's like, every time I kill a monster, I have to, like, relinquish the control to the game to watch some animation play out, and then I can go and kill the next guy and watch another animation, or maybe shoot some people, and that like, that's I guess where I'm coming from in terms of like, I'm never going to feel like this is Doom, and I have to take a different perspective, and I'm going to try and play 2016 again, I think, or maybe I'll try and play Eternal with a perspective of like, just don't think about the Doom elements of this, and just like enjoy the history that was Doom, where that exists, and I can always go back and play regular Doom. But 2016 and such, I can just think of them as like a Space Marine game that's not Doom, and maybe then I'll have less of a hard time accepting what it is that I'm playing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Doom, compared especially to what I heard was supposed to be early in development for what they thought was going to be Doom 4, that was supposed to be more of a Call of Duty experience, and they had to change it.
Yeah, I bailed on Doom.
And I think that was a great idea.
Oh,
sorry?
Really?
Oh, yeah. The original idea for Doom 4 was going to be a Call of Duty shooter, with like an invasion of Earth or something, and
Okay.
There were leaked screenshots and stuff about what was in development at the time. It was very different than what we got. But I was able to enjoy both 2016 and Doom Eternal.
Right.
But in my case, I just kind of separated them. That it's just another iteration of a Doom-esque environment, but it's a more modern take from a different team, a different era.
Yeah,
it certainly was. It was a fun game. It's definitely a fun game. But you know, I'm still gonna load up Doom 1 from '93.
Yeah.
More often than not. I just want to answer one quick question. Atreides asked me a question. I was able to answer. Have I played Stasis yet? I did play Stasis. I haven't finished it. I only played maybe 40 minutes to an hour of it years ago. I would like to stream it at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to answer that. But yeah, I think Doom. It's interesting because we were talking about another. I guess the whole genre of boomer shooters.
Yeah. Which I guess that's what they're called now. Like most people refer to them that. I know some people have a problem with calling them boomer shooters actually. But yeah, go on.
I mean, they're shooters. I don't see the difference. Honestly, I don't see what the distinction is between. I mean, yes, Call of Duty 4 is a more cinematic, or even Call of Duty 1 is a more linear cinematic approach.
Right.
To or a linear experience to FPS games. But what was I saying?
I don't know. I was just reading the chat as well, so I'm like, I've got 3 things going through my head right now.
Yeah, but a traditional, like, what's a boomer shooter supposed to be? It's just you just run around guns a-blazing.
I guess.
I mean, you're kind of doing that in Call of Duty anyways. It's just that in between you hear something, you see a cutscene, and something happens. I mean, I still find them enjoyable. I find Call of Duty enjoyable experience. Single player, that is. I don't play the multiplayer.
I think I have to go back and actually play like the COD series and the other one. What's the other one? Like that was
Call of Duty. No, Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor, that's the one. Yeah, I didn't play any of it. I played the first one of each of them, I think, and then I was like, okay, I don't need to play anymore because they just pumping out the same game again and again. Like to me, that's what it looked like. Obviously, they did progress and change a lot. I think I did play Black Ops or something like that for a little while. No, Modern Warfare. I played Modern Warfare briefly. But I have a question.
Actually, sorry, Doom Noob had a question for you. He wanted to ask you what you think about the fact that even though Doom 2016 is different, there are like 6 different, very high quality mods that adds most of the gameplay features. And I can't read the rest because it got cut off on the chat.
Right. I did see that question, and my answer to that is there's also a mod for Stray for the old OG Doom games as well. So, like, modding OG Doom is just like a thing people love to do, and it's a really obvious choice to try and replicate the gameplay from the modern Dooms back into those. I don't know. I haven't played those mods, so I don't know if it's like how good that is. Yes, Distron, the Stray cat game where you play as a cat walking around. Somebody made a Doom mod that like emulates that. Interestingly enough. So yeah, I don't know. Like I'm my contention with Doom 2016 is not that the gameplay per se, it's just that I went in expecting more Doom, the Doom that I liked, and I got something very different, you know? Which is, I guess, the same argument people had with Doom 3. It's not really doomy, and it's very dark and stuff like that, but I liked Doom 3 for different reasons, but yeah. The question that I pinned from Pi was, for both of us, has the economy flux changed your view on taking sponsorships or paid content to make, or making content ourselves? Like, to close the gap that, I guess, the financial changes, if any. So, for me, not exactly, but I've been wanting to find good sponsorships anyway. But it hasn't really changed my perspective because I don't depend, like I don't have to pay the bills with my streaming income right now. But when I do, yes, any kind of change like that would probably have an impact. But like that's a hypothetical right now for me because I don't depend on my stream income yet as like my daily income. But if I did, it would for sure. Because I noticed like bills have got more expensive, food's more expensive, things like that. I would definitely, if I was full-time streaming, I would definitely have gone like, I gotta go get a HelloFresh or a Raid Shadow Legends stream on so I can actually pay the bills this month. That probably would have happened. So yeah, what about you, Doc?
I mean, I guess in my case, I guess when it happens, I guess I'll make that decision because I mean I've only just gotten one time I've gotten like a key. That's pretty much really the extent outside of the occasional stream elements like inquiry. But I would love to get some sort of, I mean that's kind of a neat thing to be able to play a video game and in some way financially get some sort of payment from it. Like the whole idea of getting paid on some level to play video games is kind of weird.
It's kind of awesome. I think it's the way
to me. It makes weird. It kind of boggles my mind the more I think about it. But I mean, I currently like the income from Twitch. I use it for streaming stuff, for equipment, and games. But that's probably going to change this year. I'm probably going to I would like to start paying family bills with Twitch, with anything I do receive from Twitch. So if I somehow get a sponsorship for something, I could use that instead, and it would be a huge help. I think that I think we also put a kind of a negative connotation to sponsorship streams. Like we'll see someone play Raid and just be like, oh, they're playing Raid. It's a mobile game. It's not real gaming or
right,
what have you. But at the same time, I mean, they're popular for a reason. It's not just. I mean, there's a reason why these companies are still in business. They must be doing something right.
They've got to be making money if they're spending that much money, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they can afford to sponsor the number of people you see playing Raid, like, they've got to be making money.
Yeah, I mean, they're making.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even offer these plans unless they were making something in return, or they wouldn't continue doing this, having these relationships with streamers if there wasn't some sort of benefit.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the streamer's point of view, for a lot of us, especially nowadays, it's a main source of income. They depend on it, and depending on how well the sponsorship goes, they can make more money than they make in a month on Twitch.
Yeah.
So,
like if like the kind of offers that you see from the likes of like Raid, I would like probably double, like just in that payment. If I could get the top tier payment out of them, I'd probably more than double what I take home from Twitch in a typical month on just that payment. So like you can see why people would take the deal. It's like, oh, that's 2 months worth of like stream income. That means I can like buy a steak this month or something. You know what I mean? Like it's
pay rent, pay internet bill.
Importantly,
or steak. Steak is good. Steak is good.
You gotta eat that steak, right, Doc? You know, what do you say when you get a steak? You eat a steak with someone.
You gotta do that scene from The Matrix.
Yeah,
you gotta.
I did that, by the way, when you said, because for those of you who don't know, which is everybody, Doc, every time Doc and I talk and I say I'm gonna go out for dinner, he's like, are you gonna get the steak? Like when I'm having a meeting with somebody, or if I'm having a family dinner even, he's like, you're gonna get the steak, right? You're gonna say the thing. I finally did it once, and it was my wife. I quoted the scene from The Matrix where Cypher is eating the steak and talking to Agent Smith. It was hilarious. My wife, at first, she didn't know what the heck I was going on about, which made it even funnier. Sorry, I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah, no. I'm glad someone actually did it. Nobody usually does it.
Yeah.
You usually stop watching a streamer if they take on a crap sponsor.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean,
I understand that, but I also have to be like, okay. I also have to, okay, why are they taking that sponsor?
mm-hmm.
It's not as superficial as, oh, they're just playing the game because they're being thrown money. No, it's because, you know, they're being offered something that it's something that that they might need.
Yeah.
They might need to you know, pay the bills.
You got to pay those
I understand
bills.
it. I understand it.
Yeah.
Like Raid is not the best example of gaming practices out there. It's pay to win. A lot of the games that you see on there are pay to win. That's why I don't do it personally, because I don't feel right now that I'm in a position where I feel that like anyone in my community would want to do it. I think if they were, they would probably have already done it by now. They would have experienced it. Is it a game that I also don't think, I don't know if I could be honest when I play the game, because you do have to also, when those types of I think they say to you, like, if you're going to do this sponsorship deal, be a little, if you have nothing nice to say nothing at all, is kind of what they wrote.
Yeah. I think that this sort of thing comes down to, and I've talked to other streamers about this, because this is the thing, like, you know, it's no secret, like, I would love to be able to stream full-time and do game dev, like, as, you know, game dev, YouTube, streaming as my full-time income. Like, that's what I would like. And I have talked to other streamers about this, who I've seen who have done sponsored segments. And it's a hard thing to, like, make that decision for me. But, like, at some point I'm going to have to think about it, probably. Like, hopefully I'll have to think about that at some point, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to need to do this. The thing is, like, I mean, we spend so much time, like, both you and I have spent a lot of time building our communities, making connections, getting to know people. And I'd hate to think that, like, me taking a sponsor is, like, the thing that's going to end that relationship with someone. Like, oh, they're not going to be around anymore because I needed money to pay my bills. Like, that's kind of a harsh reality, I guess. Like, some people, if you ever take that Raid Shadow Legends deal, like, somebody's not going to show up anymore. And I guess that just...
That's true.
That sucks.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean, Fornado brings up a good point too. He says, what I don't like about the raid offers so far is that I need to get 5+ of my viewers to install that game.
Yeah.
Or more or less. It's just not something I feel comfortable with.
No, me either. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, me asking another person, hey, could you install this game and please play it so that I could get something out of it? It's not exactly something that rolls off the tongue.
No.
But at the same time, it's, if you can show that, if it's something I truly had fun with, like, hey, I'm actually playing this game, it is sponsored, but I'm enjoying it. So I feel like I'd like to, you know, show my, show people like, hey, I mean, should it be something I believe in, like a product I believe in? No, that's kind of going too far. But hey, I think it's a fun game, even with the pay-to-win mechanics.
Yeah.
I think there can be still a lot of fun with it. If you do sign up, you're also helping me out.
Yeah.
I think phrase like that. I mean, sure, but at the same time, yeah, asking people to sign up for anything, especially in this day and age, it is a big ask, because
it is. And like, you could, the thing is, like, with those kind of sponsorship deals, you could talk to your community long before some opportunity like that comes up and say, like, hey, if this ever does happen, I want you to know I'm doing it because I need to pay the bills. It's not because I'm trying to sell out. It's just like there's a reality of finances here. If you're interested in hanging out and just chatting, that's what I'll be doing on that stream. And, you know, if you choose to, like, install it, that will support me. And if enough people choose to install it, then I might get more support. The community understands that, and you understand that, then like, I guess that for some people it's going to be a no-go no matter what. If you do it, they're just like not gonna. They're gonna be like, well, that's it. I can't watch this stream anymore. But for other people, I think they understand that and they can be like, yeah, okay, I'll download this game and install it if it helps you out. And other people will just be like, oh, I'll be there, but I'm not going to install anything, and that's totally fine. I think I could, see that. Transparency and talking to the community is key. Yeah, I agree, Integer. Yes.
Yes. I think as long as you're upfront about it, like, I need to stream this game, not necessarily Raid, but any game that has a pay-to-win model because I'm being sponsored, and it helps financially. It'll help me be able to the amount of the payout is significant. It's not a small amount, and it would help the stream out in the long run. And so therefore I'm going to do it. But yeah, it's even now, it's for me. I just don't feel comfortable asking, like, to say that to people, like to others, like, oh, please come watch me play this newest game. For a stream.
That's one thing I've actually noticed with some offers. They'll send you an offer and they're really paid out based on a CPM model, whereas others are just paid on like an installs model. Like, you just do the stream for 4 hours, we'll give you the base money, and then we'll give you, like, per number of people that install it, we'll give you that much money again, right? It's like that there's those different models, and the CPM one's an interesting one, because if you play a cool fun game and more people come to your stream, you actually could get paid more money because of that. Like, more people saw the game, right? It's interesting that the models that are available. I'm also sponsored. I'm a sponsored Twitch streamer, believe it or not. I have a Fractal Design sponsorship. They sponsor me every month, and it's a really good fit for me because I like their computer cases. I like Fractal Design's like aesthetic, and
in my case, it's Fractal Design.
Nice.
It's a Fractal Design case.
Yeah,
it's a nice form factor. I like it.
Yeah,
it's my first Fractal. My my cooler, my water cooler's Fractal.
Oh, sweet. You got an awesome Fractal build then. Like, they basically do, like, the case, the power supply, and the cooler. Like, those are basically the things they produce at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you consider GOG to be sponsorship?
I mean, I stream on their channel, and, like, I guess technically, yeah, it's technically a sponsor. It's not really a sponsorship. Like, I have the affiliate key, the affiliate code. Anybody can apply to become an affiliate. I don't know if they allow everybody to be an affiliate, but anybody can apply to be an affiliate. So, I mean, it helps me out. If somebody uses my key, I get a little bit of money back from it when they use my key. And if somebody subscribes to the GOG channel, I get some % of that paid out to me. Also, like, if you like consider that a sponsorship, then yeah. But I also get to the games that I'm streaming on that channel. I get them for free, which is good. I don't have to pay to get them. Yeah. The Fractal cases.
Somebody magic at GOG to please tell someone there to reduce the price or put that Dangerous Dave collection on sale one day.
Oh, really, the Dangerous Dave collection.
I know you have a box copy of it.
I was going to grab it to rub it in, but I won't now.
Okay, no, go ahead, rub it in, rub it in.
One sec.
Make me feel bad.
Oh, actually, no. There's a camera on top of it. I'm not going to grab it.
Oh,
because I'd have to get out of the chair to grab it. I'll leave it there. But yeah, somebody asked, are they good quality cases? And yes, I would say they are. They've gotten pretty good reviews from like some of the tech reviewers on YouTube and stuff. Yeah.
Can I give my opinion on the case?
Yeah, what's your opinion on your case? I'd love to know. Which case do you have?
It is, oh gosh, I don't remember the name of it. It's a smaller form factor.
Meshify?
Meshify, yes, it is a Meshify.
Is it Meshify 2?
I think it's from 2017, so it's going to be probably an earlier version of the Meshify. But overall, it's a very good case, very light, especially because I went from a Cooler Master. I don't know if you've heard of this case. It's the Cooler Master 932 HAF.
Let me look it up.
Google that. Yeah, Google that. It's certainly a case.
Would you say H950S?
Cooler Master 932 HAF.
Okay, sorry. It's hard to type and listen and talk and everything at the same time. Oh, this case is a beast.
It's gigantic. Yes, AV Fusion knows. I still have it. It's right here.
Hey, brother Moody.
Right below. It's right in front of my legs here. Yeah. So I went from a case that was a monster to a much smaller form factor.
Right.
And overall, it's been a good case. I would say probably the only.
It's a nice looking case, the Meshify.
Yeah, the Meshify is a nice case. I would say overall it's a good case. It's got nice little dust covers for underneath, and nothing for the top, sadly. But I do think that.
Thank you, brother Moody, for the follow.
I think for a circa 2017 case, it does the job well. I think it's still sold. I think only thing that was surprising is that I forgot that cases nowadays they don't come with CD-ROM bays.
Yeah.
That was my big surprise is when I ordered it and it came, I was like, where's the CD-ROM drive? Where do I put the CD-ROM drive? And there was nothing. I was like, oh no.
It's kind of a problem, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's not as big a problem for people, but for me it was.
Yeah. I quite like their North one that they launched recently. The North looks really good. The like wood grills on the front. I don't know if you can see it on the stream if you have the stream up, but
I do have it on a second. Okay, yeah. I can see it.
This aesthetic is like super appealing to me. Like this black with the copper look or the brass look connections and stuff, and then this hardwood grill on the front. It just looks so nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to get that. What I really want is actually the Torrent. The Torrent would be a good fit for me, I think. Like in terms of like my main PC. But they have so many other cases. I'm like, oh, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that, you know.
Yeah.
Let me click on the Torrent. Oops.
Sorry, did I say CD tray? It should be like a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, DVD drive, Blu-ray, something like that. Yeah, the Torrent is like a really nice. It's a highly reviewed case, highly well-reviewed case, and it looks.
Oh my god, is that the Torrent?
It looks real good.
That certainly is living up to its namesake. That is. Wow.
Yeah, look, it's quite a beast. It's a nice big case with lots of room on the inside to work with. This is what I want to replace my current case with. Like that's just going to be super nice to build in.
Are those LEDs?
Yeah, LED strip.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This does not have
no DVD.
Exactly. DVD ROM drive. Okay.
I guess you could maybe modify the case to allow that. But this is like one of the first cases I've seen in a long time with really good airflow that has had the power supply at the top of the case, which is what they all used to be like that. And then people realized, wait, if you put the power supply at the bottom, you can blow the air out of the case and not, get better airflow set up. You can keep it in a separate compartment. This is still a separate compartment, but it's you can see there's like a grill on the bottom of where the power supply goes. I don't know if you can see that on your screen, but yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm just trying to think when they made that shift over from putting power supplies at the top to the bottom.
What's the coolest?
I think the Pentium 4 had around the Pentium 4 time, they still put power supplies at the top.
Yeah. What's the coolest case that you had from like let's say pre-2008 or so?
Oh, it would probably be the HAF.
Oh yeah.
The Cooler Master. The Cooler Master 932 HAF is a beast.
This thing is a beast. When did this come out? Does it say on the website?
Oh geez.
But yeah, this is like one
probably
of those
2006, 2007.
Yeah, okay.
This was This is an old case.
Yes,
It's
you at the
it's
bottom,
a
though.
heavy case.
Yeah.
It's a heavy case. It has. I bought this because I wanted something that could have a lot of airflow. And yeah, it certainly did. It made my room like 5 to 6 degrees hotter every time I turned it on.
Just pumping that hot air out of the case. Good in winter, I guess, then.
Yeah, it was great in winter. It's a heavy case.
Yeah.
You throw that case at someone, they're not getting back up.
I actually think I might have seen this at LAN parties. Maybe I might have seen this at some LAN parties back then.
I used to do LAN parties with some friends
Mm-hmm.
a few years ago, before the old Rona came around for a visit
Yeah.
to everyone. But no, I used to actually at the end of every year we would get together just before the new year and we'd have a LAN party. So imagine me lugging that in my car every for one whole day. You'd have to drag that computer, that case, that Gateway 24-inch LCD monitor.
My God.
It was great.
This is the case that I had. This is like my coolest case in that era.
Oh my God.
The Asus Vento 3600.
Are you going to turn on a computer or are you going to go racing with that?
Yeah. Or it's a vacuum cleaner is the other thing people often compare it to. This is like sitting over the CPU socket for ventilation. Extra ventilation for your CPU.
Did it work?
It was fine. I bought it because I thought it looked cool at the time. But now I don't know.
My Pentium 4 case was a case of, this looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should buy this. It has flames on the side.
Yeah.
No, I think it was made by Thermaltake, and it actually did have flames on the side, and I thought they were cool looking.
That is cool. It's cool. I actually still have this case too. It's in my garage. I'll probably do a...
Oh, you definitely need to show it in the back there.
Probably do a retro build in it. I've taken all the hardware out that was originally in it.
It looks
like
good.
a UK bus, according to Astro Monkey. It's definitely something else, that's for sure. And we talked about a lot of cool stuff. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we make a...
Oh, there's Spike Out.
Yeah, I had Spike Out open.
There's Spike Out. That's what I was playing. That game is very hard. When do you see yourself playing arcade games with a stick on stream?
I'd have to get an arcade stick.
Oh.
I'd have to get a fight stick. This year. I can probably... maybe I can get one. I don't know. I got... I told you I got... Mad Catz sent me a keyboard, right?
Yes, they did.
But they sent me one that like didn't fit the criteria I'd asked them for. So maybe I can like reply to them and say like, hey, I love the keyboard, but it's the wrong size. Also, can I have a fight stick? And I'll see what they say. That could work out.
What are they going to say? No? That's the worst thing they're going to do.
Yeah, that's the worst that will happen.
Or they're going to be like, send back everything we sent you. No, they're just...
No, I mean, I'll send it back if they want it. I don't need it.
Yuli Witness says, the red case was obviously made from leftover Ferrari parts. No, not Ferrari. That car from Knight Rider 2000. I remember that I remember that movie, that TV movie. I know what you're talking about. And you're kind of right. Did you see that? Did you see Knight Rider 2000?
I've never watched anything Knight Rider related ever. I know of Kit, and
Call
I've seen
yourself
images.
a child of the 80s.
I've never seen it.
How could you have not seen Knight Rider?
Where I grew up in the Outback, we had 2 channels. One of them was ABC, Australian Broadcasts Channel, or whatever I forget what it's called. And the other one was GTS and BKN, which was like some weird like Outback channel that amalgamated shows from a few other stations around the rest of Australia.
I think you know what you need to do. You need to get the family together on the weekend and show them some Knight Rider.
I don't know if my kids would be entertained or not. We could try.
A talking car? A guy who's on his own solving mysteries with a talking car?
It is a cool premise. It's a super cool premise. Although nowadays it would be a Tesla, right? They would have a Tesla and that would take all the magic out of it. Like, there's already self-driving Teslas.
Teslas can't talk, so
well,
like they can't talk and hold a conversation.
Well, given another 6 months, and they'll probably have ChatGPT in there. You can have a chat with your car. The future is now. How old are my kids, Distron? They are 8, 10, and 12, I think. No, it's got to be 7, 10, and 12. Yeah.
All right. So, you know how I said I was only going to have a short talk?
I know we've been here for
6 a.m. here.
Yeah. Sorry to keep you up.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But it was I really enjoyed doing this talk. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Man, I lost track of time. Sorry, everybody. I know you want him to play a game.
They're here to hear you talk, not to watch.
No, I mean, since we're here, we might as well. Are you going to play a game?
yeah, I might fire up this Awakened Evil game. We'll take a short break before I do that and make sure, go use the facilities, get another cup of tea or something, and we can kick off a bit of gameplay. I think that's a good idea.
Cool.
But yeah, I just want to say a huge thank you to you, Doc, for stepping up and jumping in, especially with the late notice. I know we talked about it like a lot of actually doing this. We finally actually did it. So I appreciate you joining me for that. I'm going to try and do this more frequently, everybody. So if you liked tonight's chat with Doc, I'm going to try and do some more with Doc and with a few other people as well. So do let me know if there's anybody else you want me to have a chat with on the stream. I don't know how frequent it will be, but maybe once a month, probably.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I really loved having you here, Doc. So thank you very much. For those of you who haven't yet dropped a follow for doctorcdcs, please do that. Go drop a follow for Doc. Let me try and get another shout out for you here. Hard for me to talk and type at the same time, but I will try. doctorcdcs. I think I typed it right. Go drop a follow for doctorcdcs. You won't regret it. Lovely guy. Obviously, we've been having a great chat. I could chat for another 2 hours. I know Doc can't because it's 6 a.m. for him and he's probably about to crash right now. So thank you very much, Doc. I really appreciate it. If there's anything you want people to like go and click on right now, other than following your channel, what would you have them do?
Well, I hope that you'll check out Fractal My Mike's future Raid Shadow Legends stream. Hope you give him all the support he needs when he inevitably sells out to Raid.
This is your moment, Doc. Where do people go? Do they follow your YouTube channel? Follow you on Twitter?
Oh yeah, I mean, I mean, Twitch. I do have a Twitter. It's mainly it's nothing. It's no, there's nothing much else to talk about. It's just yeah, I'm just glad that I was able to have this chat. It was nice to talk to both you and to people in your community. It was really nice. But yeah, I hope to do it again. And someone did mention we should play a game together. And
we will.
With this guest star. What's this called? Guest star. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, this worked really well. What's it called again? It's called guest star. That's what they call it. Twitch guest star. It worked very well, so I'm happy with how it worked. Thank you for following my channel, Michael Jackson. Hee hee. That was my best hee hee, and it was terrible. I
do any programming? Just to answer your question, I do not do programming. I do not really do any hardware stuff. I will buy some hardware on occasion. I do not install anything, but yeah. If you want to see programming, Mike is your streamer for that. And yeah. But thanks again for having me. It was a lot of fun.
And thank you very much for being here, Doc. I really appreciate it. We're going to be... excuse me. What am I doing? Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor, for being here. I appreciate it. Everybody, please go drop a follow right now, if you haven't already. And I'll let Doc go, but before I come back and play some games, I'm just going to go use the bathroom and clean up a little bit. And then we'll get going, and we'll play some games. So stick around for that. Doc, thank you again very, very much. And I will see you again soon. And good luck
with bye, everybody.
Your future sponsored streams. We'll see you there.
Yes.
All right.
All right, bye.
See you, everyone. I'll be right back.